Yo! Video games.
Okay, punish the poke. There it is, the first time that Harm Rashid has gone for the low off of that standing 2 mix-up. Yo, that want to wake up to the late wake up. He found a way. And that's going to be
of course, at this point, T1000 dominates the game. Like, that's all I'm saying.
He's good, but not the best. He actually just got toned down a whole bunch. He's gotten 2 huge nerfs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the last patch nerfed him again.
GG's, okay. Well,
he's still good.
Oh, loses the air to air this time. And such a scary...
The character's so well done.
Yeah, T1000?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Incredible.
He's really fun, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much potential damage.
Like, they just nailed it. Like,
you know, I like the original actor's promotion for it. He was like literally everywhere.
It's cool.
He was showing off for the game. You could tell he just has a love for the character.
oh, well, yeah. He did not want to do a sequel with him being the star. He's like, you know what? I don't want, like, that was my big masterpiece. I don't want to, like, mess it up. He got offered a bunch of money for a...
That's why they did the other, the chick to do the other...
yeah, he got offered, but, like, I don't even think it was going to be... He might have been, like, a thing like it was Terminator where he'd come back, like, but he didn't want to sully the role.
Oh, my God.
That has to break. Now 4-8-3 left. This is either a significant confirm.
I mean,
I can understand it.
I mean, look,
Terminator 2 was too much of a perfect movie. It was.
If Big Jim is not the one in the director's chair doing a new turn, you know it's not going to turn out.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, he turned it down.
It makes sense.
Mash for your life.
Yeah, it's his it was his magnum
1
opus.
meter for last breath protection. Oh, the bowling ball, he's
God damn, dude.
That's nasty. Keep it real, dude. Like, what other movies do you know him from? Right? Like, that was his best movie.
Yeah,
That was
he's done,
career.
like, he's done like movies and shows.
Yeah, of course.
He's in Peacemaker. He's done. He was a voice in Avatar. He was, you know, he's done stuff.
Oh, John, now.
Wasn't that one movie, The Facility or whatever?
You're gonna see a lot.
The Faculty.
Oh, here's the X-Files, dude.
I said, what movie has he done that's bigger than Terminator 2? That's what I'm
Here's an
asking.
X-Files.
Shut up, Max.
What
saying.
movie could you possibly do that's bigger than Terminator 2?
That's what I'm saying.
X-Files.
He knew that this movie was that good that he wasn't gonna. He didn't want to sully it by doing another one. He was like that was it.
But he was offered for a sequel.
Steve, the X-Files, your favorite show.
Yeah, he was in the episodes you never saw, Max.
But you forgot. I just reminded you that.
I knew he was in X-Files, Max. I said
You
movie.
never said it.
I said movie. That was better than Terminator. These two just started naming random
the problem
things.
is you saying a movie better than Terminator is just not going to happen.
Exactly. That's
And
why.
that's not his.
That's why he said he stopped doing it.
That's not his fault.
Well, no, but that's why because he knew ahead of time. He was like, no, I'm not going to do another movie because I know this is it.
But he was literally in Wayne's World playing the T-1000 again.
Yeah,
was he?
Well, he'll play
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Wayne's
He's in
World.
Wayne's World 1. He has a cameo playing the T-1000 again.
He's in Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero.
He's in Last Action Hero playing the T-1000 again. Have you seen this boy?
Really?
Yes, he's in Last Action Hero as the T-1000. He's in
Last Action
Wayne's
Hero
World
is
as the
very
T-1000.
Yeah.
He just says the word and he leaves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wayne's World. What the fuck?
Yeah, he literally pulls over Wayne, and the cop comes out and starts taking off all his glasses like, sorry, officer, was I breaking the speed limit? And he leans over, have you seen this boy? And Wayne goes, ah! And looks at the camera and goes, ah! And he peels away.
Well,
That's
you know what's
That's the whole gag.
The thing is, the beautiful thing about it, he's just playing a police officer. So it's not like the character, right? So
Yeah,
I can
but-
just play a police officer and look the way I look.
Yeah.
And, you know, so yeah, I could show up in almost
Steve's
any
reality
movie.
is shattering.
I'm complete. I don't know.
Hell yeah,
what
he
the
was
fuck?
the bad guy in Double Dragon. Fuck yeah, with that fucking.
Oh yeah, he was a boss. Like yeah.
The fucking hair dye.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Terminator got him a lot of roles. Like, I mean, it was his breakout role, you know?
Yeah.
All right, what's it gonna be?
That's what's cool about, like, James Cameron is that when he hired Zoe Saldana, she was, like, not in anything, really. Like, when he hired her to play Neytiri, like, you had to realize that also started her
So
career.
long. If you think about it,
It was so fucking
long.
2007 shit. You
maybe
know?
even earlier.
Maybe even earlier.
Honestly, like the mocap.
Same thing for Arnold. Same thing for Robert Patrick. Like they were relatively unknowns, you know.
Well, yeah, the mocap for Avatar is both of them so far. They were done years before the movie was finished.
Zoe Saldana was a random pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean.
She didn't come back.
Yeah.
She was literally in the first Pirates of the Caribbean, and she
She had like a few lines.
Yeah, she's like, you took my ship.
Yeah,
I was like, what was the point of that?
They asked her to be in 2 and 3, but she just had a kid and she didn't want to. And she's like, no, I gotta go raise a kid. I'm like, oh, okay.
And they never brought her back.
It's fine.
Yeah, because
There was no bad blood. It was just
like the whole point was that she was supposed to be in the next movie, and then she just wasn't there. I was like,
She was
oh,
in the Transporter? Transporter 2.
Colombiana.
She's actually been in she's the actress in the most top 10 movie making.
Yeah, she's like the most successful movie actress of all time.
Yeah.
Mostly because of
She's
Avatar and Avatar 2.
She's in
And then also Avengers.
She's in Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, both Avatar movies. She'll be in every Avatar movie.
She's literally responsible as in had a direct part in movies that have successfully made like multiple billions of dollars each.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that second one gives you the guys.
So I'm guessing that. Wow, that's nuts. She took the role because she
And
probably
Star Trek,
enjoyed it. Which was the Linus. I love that fucking show, and I was like, damn, she must have like not had any roles to like take this one. But I'm good. Never mind.
Zoe Saldana was in The Terminal with Steven Spielberg. Yeah, Diego Luna Andor was in that too. He plays like a random like cleaning guy.
They made a kid show together for Netflix.
Really? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Maya and the 3 or whatever. Yeah, it's a good little kid show with strangely like consequences and characters dying and shit.
That much of a life lead. Any trade is.
Man, there was supposed to be almost 5 seasons of Andor, but they're like, yeah, we couldn't get it.
Escape after the forward 3
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, no, I was
Part of me
I
feels
was
like that would have been dragging it out
Here comes Janet.
a little much. 5 seasons of Andor.
Meaty.
Well, if you think about it, there was years in between. There was one year in between each thing.
Yeah,
One year,
sure.
a lot could happen in that year.
Yeah, and a lot can go wrong too in
Yeah,
5
of course.
seasons of a show.
We've not really had the
I think 5 would have
I
been
don't
a
think
little.
5 is too much.
5 would have
You
been
know what's
much.
crazy about that show is that there's a lot of different directors. There was like one director for the first 3 episodes, another director for like every each block. There was a different director.
Well, how many seasons of Game of Thrones? Was like Game of Thrones like around 5?
Game of what?
Oh, no, Game of Thrones. Sorry. The Game of Thrones had too much. I'm not talking about Game of Thrones, Chad. I'm talking about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
Breaking what?
What? Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
The problem though, Kenny, is
5.
that Rogue One is the end point for Andor.
Correct.
So you're just dragging out an inevitable, like you know where the show's going.
Yes.
It was always leading to Rogue One. How long do you want to stretch that fucking thing out?
Aaron, thank you.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, no one knew where it was gonna go.
Yeah.
So
But the thing is, he wanted to like end it at a specific amount. He did not want to go past 5 at all. He's like, hey, this is where I'm going. I'm not going way too much.
right, which is good. But again, like you can only drag out the inevitable for so fucking
Yeah.
long.
But then you can make something go on, like you can make things go on for way too long, like Walking Dead
I
or
wonder if Bandino's
Lost.
kind of just defaulted.
Damn, that hurt.
Thought he had to laugh for it.
I like Lost, but that ending was like ended kind of drag. I'm sorry, I never watched Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. No, I never watched Game of Thrones, Sopranos, fucking
What happened there? And even though the
Breaking Bad. None of those shows.
there's a reason.
Breaking Bad's good. I like.
Yeah, that's what they say.
episodes.
I don't even have a TV.
There you go. I haven't watched TV in so fucking long. I was just talking to my channel
I
about
don't
that.
have a TV. I mean,
I never watched TV in
I have
so
a
fucking
TV
long.
just to play video games. I don't have like.
I literally watch TV when like the Super Bowl hits. I'm like,
Chat,
oh, no.
legit, how many of you all actually still watch television?
Yeah.
Like TV with commercials?
Yep.
How many of y'all watch that shit? How many of y'all pay for and watch that?
Well, you know what's wild? Like your TVs now come with it.
That's a lot of no's.
Look at that.
That's a lot of no's.
That's
bro.
crazy, man.
Only sports. Yeah, I can see that, obviously.
I mean,
YouTube TV.
yeah, YouTube TV or Netflix, Hulu, all this other bullshit.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
what people
not
have.
actual TV.
Not actual TV. No.
Yeah, not actual TV.
Like
Like
boomers.
I can't even remember like
All right.
sitting down and like, yeah, no.
The last time I remember sitting down and watching actual television shows was House and Dirty Jobs.
The
Like,
hell?
Discovery Channel,
About
Dirty
that
Jobs.
long. Wow.
Like that long ago in House.
Oh, she's such a scary character. If she gives you
Like that's how long ago I remember watching TV.
Insane, man.
Speaking of which, though, there's the whirlpool again. Oh, it leads to the
I think I just don't have the attention span to like sit through commercials now. Like I just don't want like
Yeah, because we're just not.
Well, the only time I do watch TV sometimes, like I have it set up for my parents, and then I'll just go on their DVR and record some shows. You know, and I just kind of sit there and kind of watch them a little bit. But yeah, no, for me, I don't have TV. Like my TV, like the Samsungs comes with like live TV now. They come with their, so you can watch normal TV just on your TV, which is wild, as long as you have an internet connection.
Samsung TV doesn't even have the normal channels. Did you just
Yeah, it has a normal channel.
Yeah, my
That's like
Samsung
this-
TV actually has just a bunch of channels.
Yeah, but
Hey,
they're just
fish
like,
tacos,
they're
you
just
watch Nip
marathon,
Tuck?
like, it
That's
just
my
plays
boy.
This show. All
No,
day,
it's
whatever.
basically like basic cable television if you have the Samsung TV. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I remember Burn Notice. I watched the first season of that. Yeah, I was on USA.
It's just like, okay, turn on this, it plays like Monsters all day. Or turn on this, it plays like, you know, Murder, She Wrote all day.
Got him.
I mean, probably not, right?
Bink,
It's hard to say.
bink.
Wait, that might be enough. I think
Pokemon
we're
all
so
day or
used
whatever
to
the
just
fuck.
not seeing the regular
Storage Wars.
Oh, that is so enough.
Here's a question. How many of you are watching this on your PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 right now, chat?
No, dude, that's not necessary anymore.
Well, some people still use
People have
that
smart
shit.
TVs now.
The smart TVs?
The TV you can just install Twitch or install YouTube.
I could watch you on my car when I'm charging
Like
it.
that maybe about 5-6 years ago, yeah, you needed a console to run those apps, but
Yeah.
everybody's TV now just runs those apps.
iPad, mobile.
Wow, a lot of PCs, a lot of PC players, or PC watchers.
Yeah, I can watch it on my TV.
Yeah, a lot of you guys are probably watching on phone, right?
Some people are like, yo, I'm watching you on my freaking OLED. I'm like, damn.
That's literally the phone people. You phone people are the reason why I stopped using not filters.
Hours?
No, I stopped using.
What the fuck?
I stopped using the fucking. God damn it! I always forget
The
this. guy.
focused backgrounds?
Not the focus background, but the design around your stream and shit.
Oh, your layout?
Layouts, yeah. I started using layouts and shit like that.
Phone dick? Why?
Phone dick, yeah.
Why? What's the reasoning?
Phone people. Because when you look at it on your phone,
Overlays.
the overlay, yeah. When you look at it, the stream itself is actually smaller, so it's hard for them to actually see everything. So
Yeah, overlays were big early on. Like
They're super big,
Like 6 years ago.
yeah.
6 years ago, overlays were all popular.
Yep. The fucking Streamlabs still tries to promote that shit.
You mean like this overlay?
Utter refusal to let us finish your match.
This one?
But that's why it's so
That's when you're playing a game that's only
4x3.
4x3.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
Yeah, that's only when you're doing that. But the games today that are on the phone, motherfuckers can't even see you because of the.
Do you want to know something crazy? Guess who made this overlay for me/us?
Oh.
Back in like 2014.
Yeah, one of the old schoolers.
Rick did. Who made Combo Breaker?
No shit.
Yeah, he made those for me. He's a graphic designer guy, and he's like, I made you some overlays, so I just like talked with him, and that's why I like all the brick and street. Feel.
Right.
Yeah, Rick made these.
What the fuck?
I legit still use them because I still like them.
Yeah, no.
Years old.
I legit that overlay is not 11 years. Yeah, that overlay is 11 years old. Yeah,
Jeez.
Rick made those for me, dude.
You know how many fucking overlays I have that I can't even.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
back in
even
the day
use?
we used to have one for every stream. That was
Stream.
different.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had all these different fucking overlays and shit, man. I can't even. It's not like I can't use them, but it's like it's
So much
just,
history. so much history in
I
this
still have
stream.
some, yeah.
We've been doing this shit for a while, Chad. There's very few people in this industry that like we don't know.
Yeah.
Or have like direct relations
But
with.
what's wild, I'll go to like TwitchCon and like I'm just at the little Twitch party, just talking to people. And I don't know people. I just sit in the corner. Like, oh, how long have you been streaming? Like, I'm like, oh, I've been streaming for like 2 years. I've been streaming I'm like, how long have you been streaming? Oh, since 2011. They're like, I'm a dinosaur.
They're fucking
I'm
dinosaur.
a dinosaur, bro. I've been streaming since like 2011.
It's funny, dude. I know people that that been streaming before me, and they talk about the Justin TV guys
Yeah,
and shit like
the Justin. Like we were right after the Justin.
Yeah,
TV.
I started right after
Right
the Justin
after.
TV's part. Yeah. Hey, you remember? But was anybody here streaming? I don't think you guys were yet before the Amazon takeover. I remember the weekend that happened. I was at fucking Combo Breaker.
So was
I don't think so because
I might have.
I was there when we got the news. I was sitting with Mike Ross and
I think
Ryan
so.
Hart at some random place in Chicago.
Jesus Christ.
We were gonna go watch X-Men.
Yeah,
The good one.
Yeah.
What's the fucking called?
the good one?
Days of Future Past. We were gonna
I
see
had
Days of
my-
Future Past, and Mike is like, "Well, it happened," and then he sends me a text. He shows me this text. Twitch just got bought for $1 billion.
Yeah, I was on
So is
on my 10-year anniversary.
Is Justin TV the same scenario with you know, Tom from fucking MySpace, where he was just like, hey, you're gonna offer me this to make it into Twitch? Okay, sure, whatever, and he just sells it off.
I have no idea.
I think so. I think Justin TV and Twitch are the same thing.
Yeah.
The early versions of them, they pretty much changed the branding.
Right, the guy who I mean, obviously his name was Justin. Like, he sold it off to make Twitch.
I don't think so. From what I understand, they just rebranded it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the same thing.
was
The website was like, no, there was. It was obvious that Justin TV was kind of a shitty brand,
Right.
you know, so they had to change it to something else.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was more IRL focused, and already a lot of Justin TV was changing into gaming.
Yeah.
Like around the early 2010s, so they used the term Twitch.
Right.
Yeah, there's probably a documentary on it somewhere.
Ah,
It's always in the higher end of things, but not going to be.
there's a doc on it. Yeah. Never heard of it.
The hands of Bandinos. But that does mean our first round of losers is done.
I used to watch Wreckful on Justin TV. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes time.
Monster?
Arlo.
Year before, and Movado. Oh no, that again today.
Twins,
Ooh.
butt toasters.
Golly, some of the best of MK.
The Cyrax Madden Bow really does look to be
Oh wow, what is that outfit?
for Sonic.
Just another Cyrex outfit.
Mix layer upon layer. And I guess while we
God damn it. Get up and down.
No, this is important, Max. This is important. Wait. Damn.
can take a cameo that takes those mix-ups and almost doubles them. You've got
Have you watched Tekken 8 yet? Was there any good, super good Tekken 8?
use everything.
Was there any really good Tekken 8? If anybody got a link
Oh,
to a
how'd
good Tekken 8?
Spirojin do?
Dash, you get
That's my coach. He did really well.
back throw combos.
Damn, Madam Bo, I want some ramen now. Fuck.
Dude.
Just eating soup? I was like, shit, that sounds
When
good.
when was the last time we had some pho?
It's been a while.
Bro, we should make that.
We have a good pho place close. Like, we have a really good one.
We
down
gotta do
here.
it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it would be after a workout, but frick it.
Yeah. You know why it's good after a workout? Because they got banh mi as well. We get a bunch of, like, chicken banh mi or something like that. Oh, boy.
Never mind. I'm actually kind of surprised that we're still close enough to get launched by that.
I'm down.
It's not that far away from Jim.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yo, have you not seen Cyrex?
I've seen Sonic Cyrex, but I guess Sonic was just labbing with a friend because
Oh, I'm like, oh,
they're definitely not
it's
doing
on
the
a
stuff that I
Fox.
see.
No wonder they're doing so well.
Yeah, like I didn't see the stuff that they're doing right now. It's crazy.
I wonder if that was literally like the last frame. And whenever you see that normal right there, that kind of like, you know, that kind of rake towards you, very fast, double hitting normal.
Is Sonic? Are they doing the Fatal Fury tournament for that big old money prize?
I think Sonic played Fatal Fury. Sonic played like several games. Played Tekken.
I don't know if they were like competing for that because that's a big old jackpot.
Everybody is.
Yeah, a lot of drops.
Everybody is a Fatal Fury player right now. Everyone has to deal with Hotaru, that bitch. That bitch is ruining that game, dude. Tell you what.
That's what we saw.
Like, people, the thing is, people are tier whoring so hard. Like, there's so much kind in Hotaru that those bitchin' bastards.
Blocks of flanny, blocks of flanny, blocks of iron.
Box of ramen, box of ramen. Jesus Christ, dude. The thing is, people are trying. The thing is, there's a lot of money involved, so people are being serious about it. They're playing the best fucking characters. They ain't fucking around.
Dude, I'd be down for some either ramen or pho. Remember that place in Santa Monica? We get that spicy spaghetti.
Oh, Tatsu.
Yeah.
Chad, anybody go to Tatsu Ramen in Santa Monica?
Tatsu's good.
Tatsu's damn good. It's a good fusion ramen. It's like California fusion ramen. Anybody go to Tatsu Ramen in LA?
Nice catch there from Mighty Unjust.
Yeah, that what's it called? They have like a the spicy
Tomato ramen or something like that. I can't remember what the hell it is. It's like almost like a spicy spaghetti. They put in way too much salt. Oh yeah. Well yeah.
That's ramen.
That is ramen, alright.
2 meters to spend. What is super meter if not for spending? Oh, I love that option from Unjust though. So wake up variation change to go for amber.
Yeah.
Because
Pho
remember,
over
when we saw
ramen.
Online KO beat Sonic Fox online in
Yeah, you know what?
the regional finals.
I might be.
It was a lot of just wake up.
Like, there's so many different kinds of ramen, but like pho, man, I'm telling you, I love just putting in a bunch of like hoisin sauce and then just a bunch of sriracha.
Yeah. The best way to eat pho is not just like eat it as a soup, but like every single time you have your spoon, like the big serving spoon, and you just put a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah.
Just squeeze a bunch of fucking lemon and sriracha and hoisin on top of it. Just every bite is like, oh, everything. So good. Hokuto Maru is the little boy ninja.
Oh,
Yeah, he's good too.
Yeah,
Hotaru is the
I know who that is.
yeah, the bitch.
braids.
Sorry.
Ooh, Chad. You know, there was a ramen. It was one of my favorites of all time. It was during the panoramic, and it was called like Panda Ramen, and I'd never seen it again. I think they were just making it, and it tasted so good. It tasted like pho. The base was so good. It was like one packet, and it would already taste like pho. And I can't find it anywhere anymore. And it makes me so sad.
Oh my god, Sonic might actually bring this back.
Pandemic.
Doesn't have any
We
meter
call
to
it
bring.
panoramic.
Good lord.
Here's the mix.
What's the mix?
The
Good luck!
Schmicks!
Good luck!
This hit won't kill, but the next one will. But there's no
Pass
bar
fatal
for the
blow.
EX
It's like, when do you
there.
use it? Do you use it to kill? Oh, he got out.
Drops it! Another drop from Sonic Fox, and this time Unjust is able to win the round on the back of it.
I just hate good characters. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what I hate? I hate when I see characters too much.
Oh yeah, everybody's
Pretty much. I ended up not even liking Ken. Ended up not liking Ken that much even in Street Fighter 6 because I just ended up seeing him too much.
Didn't have a problem with that in Third Strike.
Get him, Simmons. You legit saw
Get him, Simmons.
Chun and Yun more. Ken is good, but I saw Chun and Yun more, dude.
Mostly, yeah. Mostly.
And Chun and Yun, Ken plays Third Strike. Chun and Yun don't. They play their own fucking game.
Oh, up block. Okay, again, this hit
Oh,
won't kill,
shit,
but
that started happening with Street Fighter 6, where, like, there are certain characters who were playing their own game.
Yes, like JP.
Yeah.
JP's playing. Ken is also the same relationship in 6 as he has in Third Strike.
Yeah.
Ken is playing Street Fighter 6. Like, he uses those mechanics very fucking well.
Guess what?
Has the normals for it, like, he's good at it.
Some of the
But
other-
JP's playing his own game.
Yeah.
Same thing with Luke. Luke is playing Street Fighter 6. Like, he's doing a very good job at it.
Scary though, man. You blocked that entire setup.
When are we gonna hear about the next season?
Bottle everything.
Wait till the letter comes out.
That you get.
It's not out
When
yet.
is she out?
You guys are yawn.
6, yeah. The fucking Switch. You have to blame Nintendo for that shit. Give me those nuts!
You guys are yawn talking. It's funny.
I am. Dude, I have a headache. Give me those fucking nuts.
Never.
Yeah, a little bit of mine.
They're waiting for the Switch 2 launch?
Yep. Andy, we're gonna go take some Excedrin migraine like we're Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Cross our arms.
There it is again.
Jeez, look at that. But you used up your whole bar to do that.
You slimy bastards ate all the cashews.
Yes, sir.
Big
The best nut!
Best nuts.
fuckers. I'll just
The
get cashews
best nut.
next time.
I don't know, I'll just eat some regular ones.
You motherfuckers just left me with nothing but almonds and macadamia.
What's wrong with almonds?
Fuck.
Almonds are good for you. They're the healthier
Then
ones.
quit eating all the good nuts.
I do eat almonds.
Good luck.
Steve ate all cashews.
Yeah, right. And there's like 3 left.
My nut community is run asunder.
See, just look what I do. Look what I do, Max. Blind.
Blind nuts. Yeah, I grab blind nuts too.
I'm just reach in there and grab some nuts. That's what I do. I'm going there. I just reach in and just grab a handful
These
of
are
nuts.
those ones.
That's what training.
Those are dry.
Ah, nah.
I ain't going
They
Macadamias.
don't crunch right.
Right? Macadamias.
The old-fashioned way.
Almonds are just wood.
He made that safe.
Almonds are just wood.
No, they're not. Almonds are great.
On the last hit.
I love the wasabi
He's
ones.
not wrong. This is a wood nut. This is very much a wood nut. Get these back to Steve. He misses his nuts.
Wood nut.
No bar for Sonic Fox.
I think I just paid for my year of Nintendo.
That's unget-outable.
Yep.
You just like guarantee the.
Not from Nintendo. You got it from something else.
There's one escape. You have to guess which one.
Oh, really?
And it changes. You can change it. So like the escape is either to
Actually,
jump.
got to switch to.
wait,
on my own.
did Fox dash underneath?
Nintendo actually came through for
I
me.
wonder if that reversed the
Whether Sonic is winning or losing, Sonic is always just having fun. Like, you always see him smile. Always.
No, Nintendo. Otherwise, the payment to Nintendo, man. Was that Nintendo Switch Online?
You getting the expansion for Soul Calibur?
Yeah. I mean, I pay for the family plan.
But the expansion family plan. You
Yes.
know what I mean? You have to get like the premium one.
Yeah, I pay for the premium one because I have an N64 game.
Sub-Zero Rain is hitting way harder than you've ever seen before. This
Honestly,
really
Nani had a good point about this. She's like, it's kind of horseshit that they're locking GameCubes specifically to Switch 2 when the Switch 1 could easily play a GameCube game. I'm like,
Yeah, but it couldn't emulate it.
Well,
Because they're not real games, they're emulation.
right, but
Switch 1 could not
they
emulate
did this. They did this though with the 3DS, where they were like, the 3DS can play Nintendo games, but if you want to play the Super Nintendo games, you need a new 3DS with the better hardware. And it's like, motherfucker, it's a Super NES ROM.
Because they need to be emulated.
Like straight up, but modders can do this.
They could.
Modders have done
Can
this.
They could.
Nintendo Switch Online?
But like actually
Literally
utilizing
triggered
the
my Nintendo
CPU
Switch
overhead
ad for
to
me.
run emulation
Damn.
is that's what's stopping them. And Nintendo doesn't want to put in the effort to make it better.
He wants the space. He wants to be moving back.
Well, I'm getting my Switch too. I'm excited for it.
They can run the games natively, but they're not native. They're emulation.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Mario Kart and like the stuff that it's doing is looking pretty gorgeous.
Honestly, modders on the system, like people who just soft mod the Switch 1 can make it do things that Nintendo will tell you it can't.
Yeah.
So you can launch off of bed of spikes.
I might have to. I might have to. Does I have my Animal Crossing one?
I miss the days of Shang Tsung actually changing into different characters.
The delayed back. Oh, there it is, baby. That's so tricky.
They said, no, we're not going to do all that for this one character. He's not even a boss anymore. Who cares?
Disgusting setup. Faisal respecting the plus frames of the down forward 2 release, by the way. Does find a jump and the side switch. Are you kidding me, man? Disgustingly optimal.
Hey, but it's not just 10.
You have to respect that down one. Oh, there it is again.
Yeah, Shang Tsung is like no joke.
Sadly, like F-Zero and Soul Calibur are like going to be one of the things I do most on my Switch 2 when it comes out.
Yep.
What is
I'll play Mario Kart, but
Oh, I don't play. Hey,
I'm gonna enjoy it, but like,
I'll enjoy it. I'll play with the chat. But like, god dang, like that game is just like Sweat City.
what, Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, 8 probably is.
Yeah,
I'm
8
sure.
is Sweat City.
Mario Kart is going to be $100, bro? No, it's going to be 50 because I get that bundle.
It's going to hurt you with 10 seconds on the clock.
9 seconds.
The back three comes out. The break up and face out.
Two guys is broke. Here we go.
Switch 2 bundle.
1-0.
That's just enough. My God. That was
I have a question. I asked this on the podcast. I asked you, hey, what game is worth $80? Base, not special edition, just $80 base game straight up.
GTA 6.
For you.
I spent $400 just to play KI
sensational.
on an Xbox One.
On Xbox One. So a new KI would absolutely be worth.
Yes.
I'd bet $80.
For me, like the specifics of it is like, yeah, I would spend for the games that I
Elden
want to
Ring.
play them in like the best ways. I would spend a lot, you know. Like for example, Marvel vs. Capcom like 4, just throwing it out. A new
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom is only on the Switch 2. And if I haven't invested in this, I'm buying a Switch 2. That's right. I'm just buying a Switch 2. For me, I will buy an entire system just for one game.
Yeah.
But that's me. I've always been that way.
KI would be $80, no question. Whatever.
Oh yeah, you'd be willing to, like for a new one?
Yeah.
Not that I would want it that way.
Oh,
No.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring.
But did you know that before you played it though? I mean, man, Elden Ring 2, I get it. Yeah, you $80 Elden Ring 2, no question. No question asked. All right. Steve already know GTA 6. He said it, but I didn't even.
Yeah, I did. I
GTA
bought
6
it.
gonna be like $100.
I bought a fucking PlayStation 5 Pro for a game I've already played. Like, you know, when I really like that game, if I can afford it, and even in situations where I can afford it now, obviously, but in the past, yes, I have spent a lot. I spent a lot of money importing Final Fantasy 11, dude.
Yeah.
And getting all of these expansions and shit. That was a lot of money. So for me, yeah, like I'm willing. When I'm really invested into a game, Soul Calibur, we imported that shit. We spent like $90 on Soul Calibur 2 for GameCube
Something like that.
back in the day to import it. And we just wanted it. And then we spent more money buying the converters and shit. So we spent over $100 each just for Soul Calibur 2 back in the day. And we did it.
Granted, we were able to like use that for other imports, but we really didn't.
But I mean, still,
But we didn't really.
we all
use it for
imported from Lixang Soul Calibur, and it was expensive.
Yep. Yep.
Like it had an import
we got it
tax.
6 months early.
We did. And to us, that was worth it. To us, that like, yeah, spending that premium to play that game early was 100% worth it.
It's a common question, and I've heard him say like he really
It depends on how much you like it, bro.
Yeah.
Like Simmons would absolutely for like a new Xeno game buy a whole fucking system just for it.
I am.
Made by this.
What do you? What do you? What? I am.
Yeah.
I literally am. I think DK looks pretty cool, but like,
Steve might even get a PS5.
I'm not much into like
PS5 Pro.
much else.
Would you get a PS5 Pro for GTA?
You should get it now.
Maybe I already have.
Yeah. If you already, yeah, that's good. Because, dude, the closer we get to GTA, those PS5 Pros are going to be impossible to find.
Yeah.
They're going to be impossible to find.
Not to mention, it might be more expensive too.
And it will 100% be more expensive.
Absolutely.
People they'll be resold like crazy because everyone's going to want to play GTA the best it possibly can
possible,
be.
yeah.
And that is a PS5 Pro.
So there you go.
it's kind of hard.
And the last time it took them 2 years or a year and a half, I think, to port GTA 5 to PC.
Yeah, something
So it's going to be a very long time before you see that game
my
to
other
make it to
PS5.
PC. And
It might be quicker just because of how much money they make from the PC.
maybe.
So they're like, we need to start getting that GTA bucks, online bucks.
Right, maybe, yeah. I mean, because it's going to sell like gangbusters on PS5 Pro anyway.
Oh, of course it will.
And they don't even need PS5 Pro. Even if it's on PS4, it's going to sell like gangbusters. And it's going to be on both systems, right?
The footage we've seen from Shadow 2 was on a vanilla PS5. That was not a PS5 Pro.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a vanilla PS5.
There's
no way that's the same.
No, they said that. They specifically said that the footage. It was also running at 30. Just to throw that out. It was
Right.
It was not running at 60. But yes, the footage that was shown was from a base PlayStation 5.
At some point, I feel like they're full of shit. You know? Like,
Bro, they
there's
spent
no
$1
way.
billion in a decade.
There's no way that the game looks that good and has that many
Made
characters
their own engine.
in fucking real fucking
Possible.
Yeah.
on
You know why?
PS5.
You know why? Because they have fucking flubbed this generation so goddamn hard.
Yes, pretty much.
That our brains are wired to think the PS5 couldn't do that.
Right. Do you think?
Bro, fucking God of War Ragnarok and Horizon 2 were on PS4.
They're PS4 games.
Yes.
That's right.
They're PS4 games.
What has the PS5 done that couldn't be done on PS4 yet? Hardly anything.
What is the best looking PS5? Not PS5 Pro. What is the best looking PS5 base game out
It's
now?
still Demon's Souls.
It's like fucking Demon Souls from
And it
launch.
came out, and they made it exclusively for that system and nothing else. And like, Demon's Souls is no shit like one of the best looking games still of this console generation. Like literally.
That's just how it is.
We've just been conditioned to think this is what the PS5 can do.
Oh, no.
Bullshit. Like,
That's crazy.
and that's why I'm angry. This is why I was super salty about the PS5 Pro. When I'm like, you motherfuckers have not done anything on the 5 to convince me that I need a Pro.
Pro.
Exactly.
Yeah, they need
Like,
a
what
Pro.
the fuck?
Bro, because like 100%, because like all these games are still running on the old system. Like it didn't let none of these games got like it didn't let the PS5
They didn't have
Pro
time to
show
catch up,
out,
maybe,
right?
yeah.
It didn't like it was being held back.
Thanks, Jim Ryan.
Yeah, thanks.
And it turns out they were working on all of these games as service games and nothing that actually pushing the console forward. That's all it was for.
Yeah, we have two more failures in the making.
And that's what I said, like, you know, like when Concord happened, I kept saying this is just the beginning, right? Like, this was this dude's entire initiative. There were so many games that are going to be this that we don't even know about, that aren't even out yet, that we've seen very little of. We have to wait for those to eventually come out. Like, when Concord happened like a year ago or some shit, I was like, dude, this was the whole goal of this company because the CEO made it the goal.
Yeah, 12
He just
12 fucking games of
12
this.
live service games.
Wait until the round is over.
Oh my god.
He's betting it on the T1000.
And now it's starting to happen again that all those projects were mostly horribly mismanaged and shit.
Yeah.
A whole console generation wasted. You goddamn right.
But pretty much.
You goddamn right.
And it's almost over. Like in a couple years, it's over.
Yeah.
Simmons, do you think the VR movement will survive the next console
No,
generation?
it's already done. VR2 did not sell enough at all. They're barely been making VR2.
I legit just saw a commercial for like a new VR game that like
Right, but also like that Alien game
Yeah.
they made for VR. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
made an Alien VR game. They just made a trailer for the game not in VR. They remade the whole game again so it's not VR because the VR version didn't sell. So yeah, like
Or would it?
VR2
Yeah, I don't
is
know what
it.
I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna put my PS5 on my lady's place. Like
VR is dead.
And just like, hey, have my
Yeah,
PS5.
it's a waste of time. It's been a waste of time.
They dropped the price of the VR2. It's like $350 now.
Oh no way!
It's
Yeah.
still crazy expensive, bro. $350 for a fucking headset.
It's a new system.
Well, for a game that
It's a new
for
system.
a new system that has basically
Yeah.
nothing on it or being made for it.
yeah.
It's still expensive, you know?
It is a different system.
I just meditate on that thing. It's cool. I have like a
I cannot meditate with something resting on my goddamn bridge of my nose. Cannot meditate.
No, but this thing is cool. It's like you're doing drugs without it.
Remember
It has
Apple
cool
VR?
visuals
I didn't know
and stuff
Apple
like
made a
that.
VR. I know about MetaQuest, right?
No, the Apple big lens that like was on there. Those big giant goggles like you could walk around.
No, Google had that. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's Apple.
What, Google Glasses?
No, not Google. Like Apple's the like AR goggles.
Google Lens.
The lens, big ass fucking.
Apple Vision.
Big ass glasses. Yeah.
Apple and Google. They both did.
They both did.
They both. Google did it.
Yeah,
Apple.
okay. I remember the Google one. I
They
remember
both did
fucking
things
Apple.
Apple's
that
was 3,500.
nobody gives a fuck
What the
about.
fuck?
They both make big glasses that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
It was a flop, yeah.
$3,000 are fucking pair.
Everyone's trying to get ahead of like the tech bro
Yep,
industry.
100%.
yeah.
That's
And
how it
they're
works.
just throwing shit at the wall and nobody gives
Well,
a fuck.
exactly, because like the iPhone was the last great thing.
Yes.
And
But understand, iPhone was that. It was them throwing shit at the wall, and then people
that
picked
was
up
it.
that shit.
No,
That
it was
was it.
fulfilling a demand that obviously was it is getting ahead of the curve.
Yes.
And also realizing that this has been right in front of our faces the whole time. You know, like, and yes, eventually some piece of tech and some game will do that. Make you realize it's filling in a gap that has been there your whole life. You know?
Yeah, but the iPhone was like the last great thing.
Yo, $3,500 USD for a 2-hour battery life. What the fuck? That shit was pure trash.
It's not consumerist tech. It's enthusiast tech.
Yeah.
Chad, do you know when the 90s died? The 90s died in 2000. What was it? When the when the iPhone came
Like
out.
2005, 2006.
That's when the 90s died. Not 99. We were still in the 90s.
Bro, the early 2000s were still the 90s.
It was still the 90s.
For sure.
Once
Actually, you know what? I'd say 9/11 was the end of the 90s.
That's true.
it could be, but like with the
That's pretty
smartphone,
Yeah.
That's pretty
no,
true.
with the smartphone, that's when it was done.
But like, you know, our society changed after 9/11.
That's true.
It got more strict.
But
yeah.
once.
Oh my god, look at the damage.
Oh yeah, dude. They missed it.
Oh my god.
He'll do it again.
Yeah, I know he
He'll
will.
land it again.
So I'm gonna wait because I'm shocked. I was like an Ermac and a
No,
tournament.
it's a full combo that uses all of the cameo and does
And only does one bar.
600 damage.
Yeah, and it barely uses like one bar.
Yeah, but it uses the whole cameo.
But the character itself isn't that great, so I understand the struggle. I've been using Ermac since he came out.
Who the hell is Janet Cage?
So it's at the end of the game, you know how there's characters that
This
were
is my
like,
one time I get to yell at Simmons. Simmons, you don't know? What the fuck,
That
man?
was Cassie Cage.
Fuck!
Remember at the end of the
You not know, bro?
there was like alternate versions of characters, alternate
Alternate
universes.
Right.
Alternate universe female Johnny Cage.
Right. Oh, so she's not Cassie.
No, not Cassie. It's Johnny Cage from another universe.
Okay.
This is my chance, Chad.
Let him have it.
Fuck.
Let him have it.
Dumbass Simmons
They
didn't
turned her
know.
into a cameo.
I
Fucking
see.
shit.
You can have that from.
I'm taking it.
You can take it for
That's
MK1
mine.
lore.
This is mine.
Yeah, MK1 lore. I'm good not knowing that.
We were together, Simmons. We were in the same room when that happened.
Exactly.
We actually
Don't make me pull up the stream. Do I need to show the stream?
Up the big ziggurat pyramid and all the different.
He was there.
People were like running down.
He forgot.
And Havoc was like the end of credits teaser.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I had to remind you, so it's
Yes, it's my moment. I'm gonna pull up the stream.
It's Steve's moment.
This is my time, chat.
Look how happy it is that
He
you.
doesn't remember, but I do. How did he forget about that, chat?
It
How?
was that unmemorable.
Yeah.
And MK1 was just that unmemorable.
Hey, that tower was fucking dope. That
was the best
reveal,
part of the story.
That was fucking awesome, Simmons. Please.
The story went off the rails,
Please.
but that was the best part of the story.
Yeah, we don't talk about the deals.
It's pretty weird to do Armageddon again.
What's the point of that fucking move, man? It's like it grabs you, it brings you both, and you take damage along with him. Okay? The fuck?
Yeah, so Steve, about Darkseid Chronicles.
Steve's never played Darkseid Chronicles.
He's never
I have no idea what you're talking
Never
about.
played
Never
Darkseid
seen
Chronicles.
Yeah,
Jump 3 paths, they do so much more damage than the other ones. It's pretty crazy, actually.
Who needs big damage when he can do that? Oh, he gave up Airmac. He gave up Airmac. Oh, no. He said, that characters is not good.
No!
Because it's probably just most damage, and like Rain's got setups and like, you know, just
Is Rain even a prince anymore?
he's a water wizard.
I love the Philippines. How about that?
Hey, Simmons, we literally watched the story of the Rain.
Yeah, like they dropped the prince angle.
Yes.
I'm a little upset about that.
It's not, I don't think
Simmons, please!
I think he's an Adenian anymore.
Definitely still win this.
Is he an Adenian?
No, he's just a wizard. He's still a Denian, though. He still is.
He looks like, in this game, he looks like a younger version of Black Adam.
Yes. Wow.
Right? He looks like Black Adam and Injustice 2, but younger.
I don't like Wizard Rain.
Nobody
I don't
does.
think anybody does.
Nobody does. They ruin a dope-looking ninja.
Yeah.
Terminate Bandino's chance in combo.
And like they have a classic costume, and I'm like, oh my, ooh, somebody modded. They modded in MK9 Rain in MK1.
When he
and
does-
it looks so awesome.
When he does this, the win pose in this game, it looks terrible. He looks so goofy. It doesn't even look right.
Because he looks so cool in MK11.
Yep.
Rain got time, and this is gonna. Oh, that's so much damage. You might be dead. You're dead. Oh, you're dead, mate. You're dead.
Grievous, thank you.
Jeez, but he doesn't combo. Look at this, 445. Was that one bar? Jeez.
Yeah, Rain does damage.
Good gravy. I remember the buff when it hit, and he's like a 50-50 maniac.
We were seeing before.
That's all he
This is
does.
all because of Ed Boon's Prince Weebury. That's the story.
Well, yes, that's Rain. Is well, Rain and Pink Floyd are two of his favorite
Bands.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves Rain and Pink Floyd.
He's a wizard
So
now.
Purple Rain and Pink Floyd.
Mid 300s. Come in.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy because in the corner that launches, but no Movado.
Like he's wanted to get Floyd in Mortal Kombat for a long, long time.
And the way they did it was wonderful.
Yes.
No, jump in!
Yeah. Hey, see, the Floyd stuff was super cool.
Just out of range as well. Face out with the perfect spacing. Back to back. Good catch on that down 3. Bandino's down, but not out. There is still hope. Oh, we got it. No, that's a huge catch. That's a huge catch. Janet won.
I had to like clear some stuff up on Twitter, dude.
Janet, we got the 3.
But it's
He's 354.
like people that are like
Just do the grab.
mostly blaming like Ed for this stuff. They're like, dude, Ed owns Mortal Kombat. Like,
No, he does not.
like it's his choice. It was his choice to sell a WB. He cashed in the check, and I'm like,
Nope.
oh my god. So I'm like, I had like a meltdown. I'm like, all right, so listen.
That move, no
Ed
invincibility.
does not own Mortal Kombat. Ed and John Tobias never owned Mortal Kombat. They created it under the umbrella that is Midway, okay? And when you create something under an umbrella, you do not own it. You just made the thing, they own it. So you don't, you get your creative. Ed and John were and are like creative leads.
Yeah.
You can choose where the franchise goes and stuff like that and do what to do with it. But like, is it your choice where who gets paid? That was always under Midway. Midway was the one that gave the budget, did the shit. Like you just to work for them. You work for them to make MK. Midway goes under, and in the late 2000s, and they have to sell off their properties. WB buys Mortal Kombat, as well as like the studio, and it just shifts over.
A bunch of other Midway properties.
A bunch of Midway properties and stuff that it shifts
Warner
over.
Brothers builds them a new studio.
Yes.
Brands them as NetherRealm Studio.
Yes. So it's like, yeah, once that happens, Ed goes there, they keep making the thing that they do because they make it, but they do not, like, MKX sells 15 million copies. Does that mean that Ed gets a mega check? No, WB gets paid. Because they paid for the game to be made, you know? That's like, might be some bonuses in there, but it's like, Ed Boon is not personally and financially responsible for the multi-billion-dollar franchise that is Mortal Kombat. He doesn't dictate exactly what happens in the movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's the way. It's like
Someone in the chat goes, Stan Lee made MVC2. It was
Yes,
Stan Lee.
exactly.
Stan Lee created
like-
Marvel
it's
vs.
like
Capcom.
Chris Sanders, who made Stitch,
Yeah.
you know, at Disney, has nothing to do with the Stitch shit that's happening now
Yeah.
with this thing, or likely doesn't, you know?
Like, even though it says like, you know, an idea by Chris Sanders, guess who owned that idea?
Oh,
Disney.
because you made it.
Oh,
under
for the love
Disney.
of God,
So
Max, skip this.
You thought of it when you worked at Disney. So
So guess who owns it? The mouse. The mouse
mouse.
owns it. So
And to be real, like, this is the entire reason why Image Comics exists, why there was a big exodus from Marvel Comics in the 90s, because when you thought of something at Marvel,
Flex, that's my joke.
that idea
mine.
belonged to Marvel, you know?
Yeah.
When you made a character at Marvel, Marvel
I am.
owned it. You didn't own
Oh
it.
yeah,
They get to choose it,
That's,
right?
yeah. Image was
They
like,
get,
hey,
they get to choose what you get paid, you know? So Image Comics was like, hey, you know, we're gonna create a new comic company full of a bunch of ex-Marvel people, and like, yeah, when you make something here, you
Video games,
own
yo.
it. You get to choose. We're just gonna publish it. You get to choose what happens, so you get paid the most for it. It was fair, you know?
it's kind of like if people think Nomura owns Final
video
Fantasy.
games.
Exactly, bro.
Like Nomura owns, he created him, he owns, and like no, he doesn't actually.
He's a creative lead.
Like he actually couldn't tell Square not to do something with it. Like maybe you know they would consult him or whatever, but it's like if he quit Square, he couldn't take Cloud with him.
Yeah. Shout outs to Video Games Yo,
yeah.
who literally named himself after us.
Yeah.
This is actually true.
Hey,
I heard the story. He told me on Twitter or some shit. He's
Yeah,
like,
I met
I watch your video
I
games
met
a
him
lot.
at Evo.
Yeah.
Yep, and it was
Get outta
confirmed.
here.
yeah, he's a top NRS player.
He hosted me the other day, and I donated, or no, I give some.
Yeah,
I
video
give some of a
games,
bunch of
yo,
stuff like
let's
that.
go.
Yeah, it's so freaking cool.
Yeah, he's a goat.
Yeah. Guy's awesome.
Because it's such a rewarding character. He has
But again, this is why I did the real talk, because it was just kind of hilarious on how people just didn't realize that, you know, this isn't really the fault of NetherRealm or Ed Boon, and people were just going in
People
on
need
Boon.
somebody to blame. And I
Here's
get it.
the other thing too.
Like,
Star Wars
But
fans need
but-
Kathleen
but-
Kennedy
but
to
what-
point a finger at.
But what bugs me is that like they will not blame the multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, they want
Like, why are we going after individuals that just get paid salaries, and
it's-
we're not going after the company?
And it's funny because I got the meme. I got the meme of the big fat guy that says, "Leave my multi-billion-dollar company unknown
Yeah.
against me."
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to explain to him, you do realize that that joke doesn't work because I'm literally defending the people who are working for the multi-billion-dollar company. So that particular joke really doesn't fucking work.
In the same way, it's
It's
like,
fucking hilarious.
but the people that are working for the multi-billion-dollar company are just trying to get cool shit in the game.
Yes,
They're just trying to allow a game that is cool, that makes people happy. And they are at wits' end battling the company
Yes.
that is trying their best to just make money and drain
So
people.
the thing a lot of people want to argue with you on is like, well,
Wow, what a
NetherRealm,
top block. That
like
was
WB
gross.
doesn't make gameplay decisions. NetherRealm made the game. They're
Yes.
Like, you know, they need to share blame for how the game performed because they made these decisions.
At a certain point, yes.
Here, in a sense, people saying it's kind of a valid point. However, you have no fucking idea what went on in the development of this game.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no documentation on it. So you have like when you work for a major publisher, all kinds of fucking things comes down. And you don't know what kind of crunch, you don't know what kind of stress, you don't know what kind of demands from someone who has no idea how game development works, but like says, I demand this, put it in. You have a week kind of thing.
And it was painfully clear that like MK1 is a game that was rushed.
Yes.
That regardless if there was a bunch of time in between, something happened, and the game had to come out way earlier than it should.
Yeah.
And its systems were not ready.
I think what makes a game good from a developer standpoint, is trial and error. They have the time to make mistakes, go back and correct them and fix things. When it comes to this game and how it was rushed, they didn't have time to fix anything.
Well, people will say
They just-
this game
They fixed
came
it.
out.
They fixed it after it came out.
After it came
And again, people will say, well, this game came out 4 years after MK11. That's the longest time between another own game. How could they be rushed? And it's like, you don't know. You have no idea when actual development on
Game development takes 10 times longer these days.
Right, but you have
It's
no
not
idea
the same.
when or what went down. Like you
Because they don't have a say. This game could have been Injustice. And they're like, hey, make Injustice. Make it, you know what? Never mind. Injustice doesn't make as much money. Change it. Make it to another game. Like, we don't know.
And it has to come out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And they
Because they're-
get stuck with it.
Because there was a big fucking merger for Warner Brothers midway through
This
between
game's
MK11 and MK1, and it would not surprise me if shit happened because of that. Let's, writing.
And also switching engines, Like, there's a lot of
They
shit.
switched engines. They were running on a customized Unreal 3 forever. This was the first game to go off of that. So yeah.
Wow, that run up, too. That was like the Zangief grab.
Insane.
110 damage run grab.
Yeah, 110 damage run. Yeah, that's
You know what's crazy? I like both these guys. Like,
Yes.
Ryan is super fucking
Yes.
cool. I see his stream.
Both
So
of
here's the crazy thing. Guess who knows more than anyone the issues with their game? The fucking devs.
Yeah.
The devs know more than anyone that the problems that are presented. So why wouldn't they fix them? Maybe because they can't. Like in situations they know what the fix is, they can possibly put the fix in, but they just either do not have the money to do it, and they are forced to like work on other things because the publisher just says it so. You know, that happens constantly. If anything, it's like I have heard stories and been given testimonies from devs over the years of saying like, thank you for explaining this, because the devs know exactly what's wrong with their game. They've been saying it would be the issue for years. The game still comes out and has all these issues, but there was nothing they could do about it.
Yeah.
Like, they just fucking, there's no choice. We had to make a games as a service thing. We wanted it to be something else for the longest time, like Suicide Squad, like the best example
I was
of
just
that
about to
shit.
say Suicide Squad.
You think they wanted to do that to that? Fuck no, dude.
No,
They
no.
probably saw the writing on the wall years ago, and they're like, well, we just hope it's good.
Yeah.
Sunk cost fallacy and all that shit.
The thing is that WB does not have a great track
Jobless
record.
people.
No, their track
exactly
record,
motivated
their
nerds.
track record over the past few years is fucking awful.
Yeah, WB has not had a good
A
track
bunch of
record when it
jobless
comes
nerds,
to
you're
when it
right.
comes to video games. And a big example is Multiverses. Like they probably like screwed the pooch and dropped the ball. with
Multiverses is
that.
the biggest squandering
Yeah.
of all of that.
Like that thing had so much potential, and WB just somehow completely fucked it up.
That is really confusing. I would love to know the
Like a background.
deep dive of what
We
happened.
need
some like
we need a
random 15-person dev team thing that turns into what is effectively like one of the biggest fighting game launches of all time.
Yeah.
we need a Magnetic Muscles. What happened for that game for sure?
Yeah, literally, you and me would have said it at the same time.
I said it first.
We have to remember that
But it's on a
I did
the
it.
grab off the EX run becomes a mid, so you can't just duck it, whatever. Yeah, usually
Sorry,
the best
Viva.
bet will
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
just get
that
out of the way. You don't
I
have to
mean,
punish, just as long as you
again,
get
I don't know
that is
what
the
happened there with the mandate. We have no idea what happened behind it with Multiverse.
Sorry, me, but can't do anything about it.
But I can tell you from if it's like, well, what should they have done? And my personal feeling is that with Multiverses, no matter who faulted, I'm not saying is publisher or developer, I think they focused on the wrong things when they went dark.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's unanimous. Like, when the game came back, it didn't change at all. It just changed for the worse.
Yeah.
Reiko, but
Like,
Reiko's
it's slow.
hell no.
Well, we switched to Unreal 5. I think that was a
I'll
waste
never
of
touch
time.
this character.
Like,
The most bland fucking character you can ever imagine. He literally Jobber the
You mean
guy.
Captain America?
No, fucking Reiko.
It's just Captain America.
Oh yeah.
Spending the bar on that run means he can't break.
That would have been a shield instead of stars.
Yes.
I mean, that was
Just imagine he's throwing a shield instead of the throwing stars.
And then it comes back to him.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
He's
it.
like he literally is. His pose is just very Captain America.
Like the
Reiko never played like that before, bro.
The biggest reveal was legit Baraka. Like, give me a fucking break.
It's just
It's
Wolverine.
Yeah, see,
literally
that
just
could have
Wolverine.
been just like a shield.
It's 100% fucking Wolverine.
Did you like the Takeda Spider-Man?
Yes, I did. It's so cute. Like, why not? Just fucking do it. Oh look, it's Captain America.
My big
versus-
prediction is that Lee May, right? Lee May was Jubilee.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, she was.
This is Captain America versus Sentry right now.
I probably would have had guest characters in there.
Exactly, it's worth eating a million.
Probably throwing a sandwich. Probably could have
one full combo.
thrown a sandwich.
The extremities of smoke, obviously, but either way. Wine looking to try and turn this down. Staggering the pressure.
Jesus!
So many of these standing. One! Oh, mix up. Grab him!
Ooh, side switch. Give him the corner.
That round, however.
Gross.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna do a super, but that's smart not to like
Yeah,
go for
save
it.
it.
Yeah, and especially if he doesn't have any breakers. So
How many of those individual standing ones? That was like 4 back to back. Interruption again! Because it's not like Rewind is doing the same
So
thing.
this game has such an interesting relationship with its audience.
First time in a
You guys
while,
remember Injustice? At the beginning, it's like, this game's cool. By the end, this game fucking sucks. Where's Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat X comes out. This game's cool. By the time the game ends, this game sucks. Where's Injustice 2? Injustice 2 comes out. This game's great. By the end of it, goddamn, I hate this shit. Where's Mortal Kombat? MK11 comes out. Goddamn, this game's cool. By the end of it, then fuck this game. It's so boring. You know, we need to reboot Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1 comes out. This game sucks.
at the start,
At the start, actually, everybody hates this. This game sucks. Nobody likes cameos. And by the end of it, this game's cool. Completely different. It's the opposite.
Ooh, switched it up.
This one is the reverse.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that still hate this game.
A lot of people, here's the thing, a lot of people will still dislike this game because it will always never make them happy.
Yeah.
But the reality of the situation is that MK1 is such a better game now than it was at launch.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course.
So much better. Like, fucking A. It's crazy how much better it is. Like, just in functionality and assists and
I think
cameos.
it's good for the people who stuck around.
Yeah.
I think for the people that were just burned from the game from the
It
start,
looks the same.
they just left.
I'll say this.
But people do not remember how fucked this game was in the first month. Dude, you know what I think? Things were fucked up. Like, you were walking in directions the wrong way and shit. It was like, what is happening here, dude?
I think people, what burned a lot of people was the fact that this game still does, to this day, does not look as good as MK11.
Well, yes, and that's another thing I said. Dude, I understand why they got rid of this. You were never getting people on your side.
Right.
Because of the cameo thing, the way casuals got burned with this, like the amount of content that was in previous games that was not here.
Right.
And this game having the cameo thing, casuals were never going to be on your side. You were never going to turn MK1 into some miracle game that everybody loves.
Yeah.
That was never going to happen.
There's that.
So I actually understand why they made that choice.
Right.
It was never going to be a game that would bring people back.
But I'll say this: the cameo system is way better than the variation system.
Well, this is the only NRS game I want to play outside of MKX.
Yeah.
Like, since MKX.
Because what I love about this game, the cameos really change how the characters play.
Yeah, they do now.
It significantly changes them. Where
Actually
like,
interesting.
Where you can, we both play like Homelander, but we use a different cameo, and
Yes.
it's so different as opposed to like the 3 systems that you get. The cameo, yes, I get it. It's clunky still. It's a little bit difficult, but it definitely works way better.
You need to do level 3, buddy. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
For the mix.
Got him. He should have done a level 3. Or not level 3. Super, whatever.
But yeah, like, I can see us going back and playing this game at any time. Yeah, it's fun. MK1 is a fun game.
Yes.
I don't want to go back and play MK11.
No.
There's very little reason to go back and play Injustice 2. We'll always go play MKX.
Well,
I think
the
me and
3
me
of
and-
us,
we could play
the
Injustice
3 of
2,
us,
maybe.
we will have fun because we don't play
But we have to.
Injustice 2.
There has to be stipulations. Max can't just press Batman and do back forward 2 the whole time, which we did last time. And I'm like, this really sucks that this is working. Like, it's bad.
Yeah. Well,
There are ways around it.
Not good ones.
No.
Here we go. Here comes the damage, boys.
Do we have a third?
500. He's still go. 6!
No, it's 600.
Good.
Damage combo.
Just cashed out.
Cashed out on 600 damage, chat.
Oh,
Yeah, and he did it casually.
and that's crazy. We know
Casual 600 damage. What happened to your health? But Video Games Yo is prepared. Good up block. All right.
And the break is gone. And
Nice.
back the next hit.
Yeah, this game's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Game's a lot better to watch too.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like it shouldn't have been called Mortal Kombat.
Rewind, opting not to break this.
Almost.
Almost.
Like, look, Chad, you can love MK.
Oh my God.
And there's a lot of MK1 builders. But like so much sauce is happening, so much cool stuff is happening for me in this game.
Everything on that. 2 bars.
Like I played Scarlet, you know, my biggest combo was maybe 6 or 7 hits, and I just had to like zone, and I was, you know, this is what I have to do to play this game.
And that's why I made a video talking about like the lessons to be learned from this. There's some shit in this game that's really cool. A couple of them. The meter system, thank God. Thank God we're back to the meter system from MKX, MK9, where like wake ups are like, you know, I use meter to do a wake up. And we don't have the weird ass MK11 shit of like how the meter on wake up and all that dumb shit. No, we're back to this traditional, you know, MKX, MK9 meter system.
Yeah.
Up block is awesome. Up block, we do in other games, like NRS games. Up block needs to stay in future. Like
Up block is crazy.
Cool, good idea.
It fucking conditions me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually giving characters tools. Like characters get a whole bunch of cool shit they can do. You know, you get a lot of cool things you can do in this game. It's very fun.
Yeah.
The combos take a little bit too long because they're a little slow, but
Oh, nice reset.
Mabardo will turn everything into a follow-up.
Dude, I miss fucking Ghostface.
he's such a great character.
Yeah, these DLCs were on fire. Whoa, that was sick. The Movado, and then
he's actually guaranteeing that he's safe even after the
like
attack.
extra. See, and that's what the cameo system does.
Yep.
Like you can only do that with Movado, but then you use another character and it's completely different.
Number 1. Here we
There
go.
goes the damage. Doesn't matter. You ain't got no.
Okay.
You got. Oh, he's gonna break. You gotta break.
2.
Oh.
3. There's the setup. Oh, the block.
Oh.
My God.
There's the
Smart,
break.
Force the break.
That means you gotta win this round, buddy.
You
spent all that.
EX stomp again. Rewind.
Okay.
So willing to come
Safe.
off the meter.
Oh,
Committed to it.
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Full commit. No break.
Should be.
He's gonna get the slide.
Slide to Garen to lock him down.
Yep.
Does the slide make it so that if they do a wake up, you get the next hit breaks the wake up.
Jeez.
I see that bar of meter, mate. As long as you've got 1 bar and Janet, you are doing
Dude.
it.
I saw someone rumor something for NRS, like I think it's Bolt.
Oh!
Pretty sure it was disproven.
Raw?
Them doing a horror game.
Oh, that'd be so fucking godlike. It's disproven because the goddamn CEO said we're not doing that.
Right.
You know,
But like,
that'd be
I was like, you
godlike.
know what, though, that idea's got merit.
If they made their own like old school terror drone or some shit, oh my god, that'd do so well.
Oh, yeah.
Or grab or whatever he wants to do.
I mean, and like with all the characters they've
Jason
done,
versus Freddy and shit, you know?
Yeah, Jason,
versus Freddy versus
Ghostface.
Predator versus Hellraiser versus
Ghostface.
Freddy. Yeah, 100%. That'd be dope.
Good block the reactions on that overhead.
Gotta
There he is,
get
there's the
art
hit,
in
and
there.
look, that's why Rewind, he's fishing for it the whole time.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right,
you
Yeah, he's
know,
old man. He's not like her.
because it's not, it's just gore. Like
2.
that's not scary to me.
All right, what's it gonna be?
What if you were
Jeez.
terrified of clowns?
Oh, Cash is out. 600, but he wakes up immediately.
616, bro.
Why with the bravery? Instant wake up buttons now. Crucial moment.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was 1 bar.
Rewind cannot
616 damage.
It's gonna be Oshi
Oh!
Thanks for playing.
There's the break,
Oh.
that max range standing 2 from Rewind. He's so good at placing it. Okay, this is great.
Wow. Missed it. Command grab. Shake his hand. Here we go. 1 more round.
Confidence in this man. Oh my
Dude,
god.
MK1's sick.
Yes.
This shit's, dude, MK11 never looked this cool. And to Justice Who never looked this cool in competition. Last time Mortal Kombat was this much fun to watch was MKX.
Oh, yeah.
This shit's cool.
Another one. Do you spend it or do you save Janet? No, spends it.
And dude, a grab that leads it to just.
This one.
Confronting grabs is so sick.
Yeah.
I love it.
It changed the way the game is played.
I don't have to like to actually watch grabs anymore, you know?
Damn.
Oh, GG.
This is it.
That's a big damage combo.
I mean, this is either gonna be it or come damn close.
See, this is sick.
Wait, no, Janet, no.
Oh.
It's Jover, man.
Yeah, now
He's
you
got so
can't
much
even-
out to work with in meter.
Yeah.
That's it. That's gotta be enough.
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, he's relieved. He's like, damn. He's like, I won, but fuck, I'm fucking stressed.
Switched, man.
There it is. Yeah.
Good shit, the video games, yo. That was a great
Yeah, he held it
Video
down.
games, you'll get like 3rd or 4th.
He held it down.
Because that was winners finals.
So I think he goes to losers final.
it was an execution thing. Even Sonic.
Yeah, I you know what? I won't defend a lot of things in MK1, but this is always a game I can go back and play. It's got several characters that I really like. Conan, I fucking love. He's like my main in this game.
Pick against Cyrax, especially with the Movado pairing, because of the spike.
Sonic Fox doing
Melina's
Sonic Fox
finally
things.
fun again.
Melina's actually fun.
Yeah, and MK11, oh my god, dude.
Melina does crazy damage too. Melina can do like, yeah, she can do like 500 damage. Yeah. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen
Like in 11, I had to meter burn the roll to get like damage, and you could break it so easy, and you can't counter break it.
It's not over though. Hold that thought.
And I was like, I was so sad.
That was like a great display of what this team is.
Ashra's fantastic.
After getting hit by all that. Oh,
I want to relearn her.
Honestly, I've seen Sonic's go crazy with Sector. Sonic Sector is disgusting.
Yeah, Sector's mostly the zoner.
Yeah. Bink.
Okay. Ah! Fox.
Wow. The slowest overhead.
That is so cool. That was so close to being a full.
Yeah, the reason PS Para says watch a lot of MK11 tourneys was just the same stuff all over and over again. Because there was just not much to work with in the game, you know?
They wanted the short combos.
Like, the game was all about, like, not having that many tools and using a small amount of tools, so you just saw the same shit all over again. Throws were incredible, you know?
Oh, that ball just missed. Madam Bo, what are you doing? Has she been drinking it first?
Not allowed to play.
We're both stuck.
Wow.
A huge part of anyone with Movado against Cyrax.
What?
Doing Wake Up Mine to just shut
It's
down.
about 2 bars to do that special grab. The command grab.
A mistake. Oh, no. Hang on a minute. Round number 1. We were this close to seeing a full comeback.
Oh my god. No way.
Gonna get some good damage here.
Didn't break it.
Barely got it. I don't even know if he was able to do
Going
it.
back to neutral here, and even though Faceal is significantly down on life, you've got the meter, you've got a Movado.
I hate the mashing thing.
I mean, I don't know. This
Gotta
is
mash
doable.
out the
This is still
super.
very
Because it's
doable.
too long.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it was short, I'd be okay with it. If it was like a Marple mash.
Whoa,
But it's not.
Too far. Oh, big jumping, but it didn't work. Bakes up. What's it gonna be? Oh.
Damn.
Yikes.
Good call.
Yikes.
Called the mix.
Wait, that's the second time that's happened to T1000 today. Quite a flimsy neck, I would say. Oh, wait a while. He'll just, like I said, he'll morph back.
Please, one more balance patch? No, that's happening. No, they said that the game, they're not getting any new content, but they will still balance patch it. So there is going to be, like, you know, literal gameplay updates to the game.
Number 1, the dash is now locked. Remember, that does enhance the initial strike throw threat. Oh, there it is again. So far, it has just been...
So they say, you know, until they get too busy and they can't.
Up block. Okay, that is a much cleaner.
Up block.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, it reminds me of like when Ghost of Tsushima didn't get any more content updates. And I'm like, they gotta work on their next game. That's what I was telling people. They gotta do their next game.
They need all hands on board.
Sonic can just drink a drink while the combo's going off.
Are you gonna play Yote this year, Steve? Are you gonna play Ghost of Yote this year?
Of course.
Without multiplayer?
I mean, I played the first one without multiplayer. I was the biggest advocate for it to be multiplayer, but I mean, I enjoyed the game for what it was.
That's so crazy that Steve got his wish.
Right? Because I still think I'm like,
So fucking
I'm a
insane.
multiplayer. You're not gonna put multiplayer in this
It was the
game.
most unmultiplayer.
What the fuck
It was the
is
most
he talking
unmultiplayer
about?
game ever. And Steve was like, "Man, I'd be so happy if this game had multiplayer."
Because
It's
you
like,
guys
Steve,
don't-
It's the most unmultiplayer game ever. And then
It's
they
because you guys don't know. I talked to the devs.
What?
I talked to the devs and I gave them the idea, and they're like, you know what, Steve? You're like, can we give you some royalties for this? I'm like, you know what? This one's on the house. And they're like, okay, you know what? That's cool. So that was like the one time I did it pro bono. It was pro bono. But I was the one that gave them
All
the
your
idea,
fucking luck
guys.
for that.
I gave them the idea. There was no luck.
All your luck was
I
used up for
told
that.
them
'cause
to do
All
it.
the shit you liked was
Like, I
canceled
went down to
afterwards.
the studio. I was like, guys, trust me.
You traded that for Rumbleverse.
No, is that what
Hey,
it was?
man.
You do
used up
realize
all
that
your goodwill.
you do realize the campaign actually succeeded. It made over 3,000 signatures or whatever, votes or whatnot, and the company's doing something, but they haven't said anything about it yet.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we'll see. We'll see.
if-
All it needs is a resurgence. If a resurgence happens and they can get it out in the public somehow, somebody will make a mod of it and make it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody will do it.
All they need is to.
Oh my God. What they really need is someone to actually pay for for the matchmaking servers.
I'm sorry.
They need somebody to pay for the matchmaking servers.
Community.
There's no way to play that game without matchmaking.
The community will find a way. The PvP, like they'll do person over, and of course it'll probably be lobbies full of bots or something like that. Where
They need to enable private servers.
Yeah.
Private servers and new art style.
That's what they need. Well, that's not happening.
Yeah, the art style's not gonna happen, but
Nothing is gonna change.
it's functionality at this point. It just get the game running again and make it PC, and the community will do the rest.
You remember Knockout Kings, the dodgeball game?
Yeah.
They made it so that you can just play it.
Right.
They're like, before it goes offline, we're gonna enable private servers.
That's all Epic needed to do. That's all Epic.
That's not
needed
what
to do.
Epic does.
And Epic was like, fuck everybody. I'm just like, what was the point? Like, you guys.
Knockout City. Go on.
Yeah. Like, like, you gotta understand, Epic has a deep-seated hatred for that game. The way they buried it was unheard of. This was so fucked up about it, is that they hated their own fucking game that much.
No, I told you why Rumbleverse went down, right? They talked about it. The CEO said what it was. He was in an interview on Kind of Funny Games, and he literally broke down exactly why the game was shut down. I thought I told you. Okay, so all I'll boil it down to is this. The game couldn't pay for itself. And they ran the numbers for like 6 months to a year, and there was like no way for the game to even break even. So they had to shut it down. Nobody was making any money. And Epic could have afforded it, sure.
Right.
They have $1 billion, but the issue is that no matter what their monetization strategy was, there was no way to actually pay for this. And here's the problem. A server, right? How many people are playing in a server costs money. So if you have like 100 people, let's just say 40. Like there's 40 players per match. That costs money. Let's just say that costs $1 per person to matchmake.
Yeah.
So that's theoretical money, right?
Okay.
So it costs like $40. What happens when that match gets full of bots and you just can't populate the server nearly as much? So you just get into a match where it's like there's 10 people and 30 bots.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make the cost of the server less, it just makes those 10 people cost more. And now you have a match where that only has a few people in it. So no longer are those people worth $1 each, they're worth like $10 each. It's getting way more expensive to run this game because there's too many bots.
Yeah.
So the server costs were really expensive. And no matter what they could do, no matter even if all the active players were buying battle passes, it didn't matter. The game would not be able to even break even.
Right.
And games are not here to break even. They're here to make some kind of money in some way.
Yeah.
So they just could not. There was no future for the game to even exist, which is why it got shut down so fast. And yeah, Epic could have just fit the bill.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Is that
afforded it, but Epic's also not here in a business of charity.
I understand that. So then think about that same scenario with Fortnite. At a certain point, Fortnite was not making money. They stuck with it until it started making money. You know, like there was a point where Fortnite just wasn't cashing out, and they were probably thinking of, okay, what do we do with this game? They stuck with it, and eventually the crowd came, or the people came.
Right, but Fortnite, in the same way that Fortnite almost always had people populating its servers in a way to monetize them, in a way that was appealing.
And
Because what we don't know, and what you don't know, what we don't know how little Rumbleverse was making.
yeah, nobody knows.
At its worst, we don't know how
It
little
was
it
in
was
the
making
negative.
versus how little was Fortnite making at its worst.
Yeah.
Like Rumbleverse was unable to even pay for, like I said, if those matches were mostly full of bots, and because the way the game works is a combat game, you have to get people close to each other.
Yeah.
And the problem is that if you end up having a match that is like, if it's 40 people, it costs $1 for every person, you know. But when it's 30 bots and 10 people, that's very expensive now. Now we can't even support, all those people have to be buying a shit ton of currency.
Yeah,
a shit ton of in-game items to even support that even going, you know?
And I think if they let's say
Epic decides to do their own version of Rumbleverse in the system of Fortnite, because Fortnite isn't just a third-person shooter.
That ain't happening, bro.
Yeah, Fortnite is everything.
No, there's no reason for them to take whatever this game was. It was just a cool side project, as a neat idea that just didn't end up panning out and paying for itself.
Yeah, they looked at it. It was like Fall Guys. They bought Fall Guys. Oh, Fall Guys is a successful thing. Let's grab Fall Guys, and it's it still pays for itself.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, the game was ugly as fuck.
And this is the
It was
reason.
ugly as fuck. And
This
then
is
no one wanted
ultimately
to
the
play it.
reason why like a campaign is tough, because running matchmaking servers for 40 people per match is really expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you're just costing some random person thousands of dollars a month because of passion.
No, I don't think so.
Thousands.
Yeah. Eventually, it's just gonna run out.
Eventually, they just run out of passion. They need, like, all the Rumbleverse players effectively need to give them, like, $50 a month. And asking people to have that server costs are fucking expensive, dude.
900 HP. In a funny way enough, that change to
It's always weird to imagine, hey, I know I'm playing Fortnite online, or I'm playing Call of Duty online, I'm playing, Street Fighter online. And you don't really think about, like, there's a not a warehouse, but a fucking building somewhere in Albuquerque that is this giant servers of, like, these, computer spots just running.
Yes.
Just running.
Just for example, on Twitch alone, we have 9,000 viewers right now.
Yeah.
If I hosted a Twitch stream without Twitch as a platform, and I found my way to go and get the same stuff that Twitch does, and wanted to pay for that to host that stream and distribute it to 9,000 people, and I stream for 6 hours, $35,000.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding you. 35K. If I did it for like about 10,000 people for 6 hours.
That's why when people were complaining,
That's what Twitch fits the bill for.
Right.
But not everybody gets the ability. Not everybody has 10K viewers, right? Not everybody has that.
Right.
Like that's how expensive this shit actually is.
It's more expensive for them to host the big streamers and stuff like that. I mean, again, it's the thing we talked about before. Them trying to get ahead of the curve. Like, they want to be the one that
It's why Twitch started to have to run ads, because if we run ads for those people, then we can start to maybe break even a little bit.
Right.
That's why I didn't like that Roach King guy. He never ran any ads. And it's 35,000.
Yeah, Asmongold historically costing Twitch approximately like millions of dollars a month because he doesn't run ads or have subs or some shit.
Oh, they really want you to run ads. Hasbin
You have to, because it's just you are costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars if you have like 30,000 people watching.
I'm like, I don't even know how that's possible. I'm pretty sure, like, what was it, a couple years ago? They just basically your ads are running on your channel.
Yeah, but like,
whether you like it or not.
Not that long ago.
Was this some like grandfather thing for some people or whatever? Because I'm like, pretty sure I remember the point in time where they're like, ads are running.
Yes, the pre-rolls now run on the website.
Yeah, like
that was
ads are running
right around the pre-pandemic.
Yeah, they're like, ads are running now. So people are like, why are so many ads running on my channel? I'm like, I don't even have control over it anymore, dude. Like, I can have a little bit of control, but like, it's still gonna run ads. Like,
no doubt save it unless you
get Twitch Turbo. Look.
Yeah.
But just
they
get Twitch
literally
Turbo.
had to take Twitch as a service out of Korea because like the upload and process of that in Korea is way more expensive than it is even here. So the cost per stream was like 2 to 4 times as much. So big Korean streamers that had thousands of people were costing so much fucking money to shoot that out to other people that were like watching. It was so much fucking money.
What the hell?
So I mean, got fucked because their infrastructure costs are different.
You gotta understand, from the time of Justin TV till now, the technology has always still been kind of iffy.
Well,
like understanding streaming in general.
And the cost
technology is so strange.
It was still expensive in the Justin TV era, but there was way less people using the platform
for that,
so it was less expensive.
And I would say the same thing with Google Stadia. The idea that you would get like lossless gameplay, like perfect.
That's not happening, bro.
It wasn't happening because the technology
ain't there yet.
But the idea was there, like, oh shit, you can stream the game. You don't even have to buy the games. You can just stream it and just go right into it. Yes, it's a great idea, but the technology just isn't there. It hasn't caught up.
even now with streaming, with the what's it called, the 4K stuff.
Yeah.
YouTube can do it, but you know Twitch can't still, you know, and the
Yeah,
technology's still kind of funny. It just takes time. This stuff takes time. So maybe down the road there will be servers that can handle Twitch. And it doesn't cost them $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the Rumbleverse. Maybe there's a time later on down the road where they can actually make a server like that, where it doesn't cost them a fucking shit ton.
Yeah, the
just
only
to make
problem
a
is
server.
that like that stuff keeps getting more expensive.
Yeah.
because Amazon like owns most of it. Like Amazon Web Services and shit, like they own most of it, so it just keeps getting more expensive. Just in general. Amazon actually runs the majority of the internet. Like the back end of the internet, like what is it, like 90% of it is actually Amazon.
It's Amazon, Microsoft.
Amazon, Microsoft, and Google.
Sony.
But Google mostly is all AWS now, from what I understand.
Yeah, which is Amazon.
And Amazon is reaching out to other countries and stuff for like full connectivity, and they just own, control all of it.
Yeah.
You know? Pretty much everything runs on AWS, like Azure and AWS, yeah. Like the actual back end of how this shit works is all Amazon. They just own the internet.
Who does Amazon make the bulk of their money? It's not the internet.
No, it's that. It's not just like buying shit. It's all
Probably
they started with the buying shit, and in the background they literally own the internet now. If Amazon Web Service goes down, pretty much the internet's gone. We have to figure out a way to make this work again. Like we all rely on it. They make Amazon Web Service is the reason why they are as big as they are. Like it's the reason why they can still charge you less for shipping and shit like that on stuff like.
Oh, they're paying for it through the that's crazy.
They did that to get you in there.
Yeah.
Buy more shit.
It's like how every business operates off of Windows. Like, oh, why is Microsoft such a company? It's like, well, because every business runs on Windows.
Yeah.
Runs on Windows, so that's why.
I don't know if this was 100%
Every computer, they're getting a cut. Every computer, every operating system, every program, like everything.
To me, that just seemed a lot more in line.
Unlike those lame companies that are still using Apple products, stupid bitches. What company out there is using Linux, chat? Show us.
Linux is absolutely still a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing,
For
but
like
it's an enthusiast thing.
Yeah, it's enthusiast.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's fucking crazy? That computer over there? That one, right?
Yeah.
Ancient thing. It's from like 2015,
Yeah.
even before. I turned that computer on. It's got Windows 7 on it. An ancient fucking CPU.
Yeah.
GPU, right? Windows 7. I turned it on. It just
Works.
Okay, yeah, I get it. It just turned it on. But when I accessed files and I pulled up like an old version of Chrome, snappy as fuck. Went. Things just opened. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm literally opening files and shit on this ancient 10-plus-year-old computer, and it just opens and goes, opens and goes, opens and goes. Open up Chrome, opens and goes. And everything is literally 3 times faster than modern computers.
Yeah.
3, because it doesn't have all the bloat and the authentication
You
horseshit.
have to go through a lot of de-bloating.
Yeah,
Windows 11.
it's insane. Like my old ass computer with like a CPU that is 1/10 the power is just cooking everything, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is so weird, dude.
And whatever you do, don't go on the internet. Don't go online, because that thing is no longer getting support for so many years. The hackers have annihilated the fuck out of it.
Yeah, but I'm just not going to be downloading shit from fucking pirate.
Well, it doesn't even matter. And you open Windows 7 and you have an IP address that's out there, they will easily seep into your shit.
Yeah, but you have to. Most hacking is done from getting to somebody's information, not through brute forcing.
Right.
Like, I would have to be aggressively browsing the fucking dark web on some weird shit to, like, put that shit, like, out there.
The risk of running this is why I'm so upset about fucking Windows 10 and in October we're not supporting it anymore. GG's, you have to do Windows 11 bullshit. Is the fact that there's no support, there's no protection, there's no nothing.
Windows Defender is pretty much why you have Windows now.
Exactly. Like that's the fucking thing. So without that support,
When you get there, Steve, I'll just say, welcome to hell.
shit. I'm gonna ride that fucking wheel till it falls off, man, because there's no reason to get Windows 11 unless I'm absolutely for
I
it.
should really, like, because I'm going to de-bloat Windows 11 on my ROG again. I did once, but I de-bloated too much, and I got rid of too much, and I had to, like, factory reset. I'll have to de-bloat. I don't know. I feel like I should try to learn how to properly
Oh my
de-bloat
god.
the
You
PC.
did that for reals?
No, it's a
Yeah, no. That's wild. Looks good though.
yeah.
Ready for a follow-up. Oh, big jump. Yeah, that is a massive, massive jump in, just because of this combo, but what's going to happen afterwards. Madambo, again, trying to shut down the
Cyrax is just being Cyrax. No matter what game.
I literally,
Oh, except for MK3.
I literally opened up Photoshop as I had to make a thumbnail for the stream or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, time to make this thumbnail. You are not logged into Photoshop. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
You have to re-authenticate Photoshop. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god damn it! I have to look up my password and all this
Dude,
shit.
yeah.
I just couldn't make a thumbnail.
It's
you know?
wild.
It took me like 20 minutes to make a thumbnail.
It's wild. You know, in a way it's better, in a way it's kind of worse.
No, it's
because-
definitely worse.
You have to go to like a website, just like a thumbnail maker at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know.
Oh dear.
Because, like, it's wild. Because, well, the thing is, Adobe used to be, like, crazy expensive.
And there
Remember
was-
in college? Oh, it's like, you know, $15,000.
Yeah. There was a thing that happened in Sony Vegas as well, because Sony Vegas also has to authenticate all the time.
Yeah.
And in latest Vegas, I was like, all right, let me just go edit some stuff together. And Vegas would open and then it would close. And it would open and it would close. And then Vegas sent an email, we're having some issues with our server. I literally
shit.
couldn't work.
Yeah.
My editing program did not fucking open. Like, I could not work because of it.
Chlordane, GIMP is good?
Anya uses it just fine with, with her thumbs. It's not crazy fancy, but it works.
Yeah.
I need to use DaVinci. Should give it a shot.
I think Homeland has definitely been the go-to, and also is the character.
You know what's crazy, Max? You're talking about servers and shit, dude. Dude, nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, is stopping AI, dude. Like, that shit is so fucking
Too much of the tech companies are
spreading.
fucking convinced that
Convinced, bro. Like, that shit is spreading like
they're
fucking
gonna make
wild.
fun
It's gonna implode on itself because
Like, this
AI
shit
is already starting to teach itself like bullshit.
Yeah.
It's starting to implode where like its models that it's learning on is using live stuff that's happening, and a lot of the live stuff is just regurgitated AI shit.
So it's regurgitated. It's eating itself.
It's eating itself. It's not. It's learning so much, but it's also incredibly resource hungry. Like it is very expensive to run all that AI model shit.
Oh, yeah,
like
it
this
is.
in general.
But that, like, what's happened in the past, like, 2 years is fucking phenomenal. It's insane. It barely could do, like, faces or hands, and now what
it's doing everything, bro.
What it's doing now.
I saw a video where it's scary.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
this
the
shit
latest shit that just came out.
latest shit is coming out. It's like, dude.
It looks realistic, sure, but it's also like vapid.
Yeah.
You can't tell an AI make a good story.
Yeah.
You can't tell an AI make good dialogue, make good writing. Actually frame this scene with intent and emotion.
Remember that
It just
fake,
does shit.
that
Yeah, the
fake
VO3
AI
stuff.
script for a Batman movie? Remember that joke?
Yeah.
That like
Yeah, it's the same shit.
yeah.
Like, and I know it's, but like, and I don't kill the messenger or kill me or Steve, but like, this is now. Like,
Give it a few years, man.
Imagine 10 years from now.
But that's the thing. AI is just only going to pick up off of what people do. And it'll be obvious. And it'll be obvious and vapid. Where, like, it only is going to take existing things. It's not going to create fucking anything.
Right.
It's just going to mix everything up.
It's a big plagiarism.
And there was already shit happening with those clips that look realistic as fuck. I'm like, that's just this actor's face. Look at this scene. It just ripped off the fucking scene.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because that's all it knows.
It could only steal. Yeah.
It just knows how to steal convincingly.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what the future holds for things like maybe CEO or but we know there are still tournaments that
Yeah, I do hope there's like a ceiling or a legislation to
It'll
kind of
explode.
keep
Oh,
it
yeah.
to keep
Well,
it
the
in
legislation ain't happening because they just made it so that 10 years there is no legislation allowed.
that hasn't gone through yet.
That's gone through? I hope it does.
It's in
that latest.
It's in the bill.
All the shit that's happening right now, it's in legislation. They're trying to push it so that you cannot regulate AI in any way for a decade.
check. The most expensive GTP is unprofitable.
Well, that's going to be the other problem there is that like eventually this shit's just going to cost too damn much.
It's expensive.
Like it'll just not be worth the money to run it.
Grok, is this true?
Yeah, it's true. Is this Grok? That's how you're supposed to ask now. True, is this Grok?
Not surprised. He's a crowd.
I want that shirt.
It's a bubble. Yeah, it's a bubble economy.
And
Yeah.
again, this is
I cannot believe people are like asking AI, hey, so how should I raise my family? Or something like that. They're like asking
That's
AI,
been a
hey,
lot of crazy
how
shit.
should I go get a job? You know, like like these are the questions that like people are literally asking ChatGPT and shit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how do I win a lawsuit against somebody?
Yeah.
How? What would? And they're trusting it.
Yeah.
They're fucking. They're. We don't. What happened to listening to professionals? What happened to like taking the experience of somebody that is like been in the field and learned a lot and been like, hey, can I learn from you?
Well, here's the thing about that is that ChatGPT is scouring the internet looking for the most professional who's already
No, it's
answered
not
that
looking
question.
for the most professional. No, it is not.
Oh, it's just looking.
It just takes everything.
Yeah, it grabs whatever it can find.
And it makes a
Slap
generalization.
it and it puts it out
It just
there.
takes whatever is the loudest and said the most and says that's what it is now.
Right.
What's wild is now is like when we Google searches, AI is like
It's fucking
The first
awful,
thing,
bro.
Yeah, it's the first thing on there.
Yeah.
Google
And I
does
didn't-
not work anymore.
And I was like, I don't want to see
Now you
that.
have to like scroll down and look for like.
Yeah, you have to go to
Yeah.
like page 3 to get
Yeah.
Google to actually work.
Yeah. I'm like, I do not want an AI answer. I just want Google to give me like the fucking links that I
the
used to
links
get.
of like bunch of people.
Yeah, it's the
have
links
said.
and stuff like that. But you know what's funny? Google's fucked up anyway because they strongholded the internet in the first place to make sure that the links that they approved of were the first ones to show up in your thing anyway.
Yeah.
So the links that you see weren't even like some of the best ones that you could have gotten in the first place. They're getting sued into the ground before that in the first place. But it's true, chat. What you're seeing on stream right now is AI right now. We're actually on vacation.
Yeah, we died long ago.
Yeah. What you're actually looking at right now is AI.
Honestly, like the scariest thing, not sort of AI related, was like hearing that one teacher that went viral for quitting because of how fucked up kids are nowadays.
There's no way to not prove if a kid isn't using AI.
God, dude.
Well,
How the hell do you school?
on the one hand, it's like, of course, you have a fucking tool that like makes kids basically cheat or get out. Of course, they're gonna try to use it.
Of course.
Like kids have always done that or whatever.
Can you imagine, guys? Imagine.
I'm just like more scared and worried again for like. You know, these are going to be people who are going to have to eventually, like, do something for a living and going to have to, like, run things, and, like, nobody knows how to do anything
Well,
on their own.
30. Not 30.
Oh, that was gross.
The year is 3052, and we're long gone.
Wally.
But somebody else found all of our old clips on our YouTube channel and decided to make an AI version of us using all of that shit, and now they have their own fucking stream of YoVideogames in 3053. We will live forever, guys. We will live forever.
But my AI is gonna say 22, suck my dick. And
Yes.
I'm like, no!
And you'll have 3 fingers.
No!
And you'll have
It's
3
21, you idiot! Not 22!
I think the scariest thing I was saying was,
I'll be
like, how
spinning in my grave.
pretty much high school, like, seniors are graduating and they actually don't know how to read. Like, they have comprehension levels of, like, a 5 to a 7-year-old. Because they actually just have their phone talk to them. Like, oh, you need to read this. Phone, read me this. They'll literally have their phone read out whatever it is they're supposed to be studying or reading.
Oh. Well, I've seen a college thing where, like, the professor gets pissed off.
And they're like,
Yeah, U.S. literacy
they'll
is
like
like
rebel,
really low.
like when they have to write an answer out on paper.
Yep, I
like
saw
the kids
that.
like start rebelling,
Yeah,
like throwing the biggest shit fits, and I'm like,
You saw that, right? Where the college professor's like, fucking, you write the shit. And I'm like, no, I have my phone. I got my phone will do it. And I'm like,
and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I mean, I know things were bad when I left, but like, Jesus.
no, yeah, 100%, man.
It's crazy because Sonic Fox and Rewind fight each other all the time.
God damn, bro!
They fight each other all the time.
Damn!
And that is one down.
And they talk so much shit to each other. It's the most fucking hilarious. Their banter is fucking hilarious.
Reaction as well.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, nice network, thank you.
Yeah, we're heading
To
there.
arrest a criminal.
How to arrest a criminal. Put your hand up and say, hey, stop that.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna come out.
That looks sad.
The last thing I wanted to hear is that the story of the Demolition Man was actually a
reality.
cautionary tale.
Cautionary tale.
Never got meter. Way up now. That meter drain.
And use a stern voice. Or what?
You don't know about the seashells?
You don't know about the seashells? He doesn't know about the seashells.
Be like, hey man, anyone, you know, friends included, find a school where they ban phones, you know, from the classroom.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, California's trying to do that. Like, my niece is, you know, my niece is gonna start junior high. I'm getting her a flip phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Graduating elementary school.
She's out of sixth?
You don't mean to
Oh
flip
my
like
Yeah,
god.
the sixth.
That's crazy.
What's up?
When you say flip, you don't mean to flip like
Not
this.
like that, no. Old school flip.
Okay.
She's getting a
Yeah, you
flip.
get kids dumb phones now.
Yeah, dumb phone. It's just a flip phone.
Yeah.
So it just calls.
Yeah, he just calls and like has MP3s.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, it's not like he's useless without it, but
Yeah.
it's well
Yeah, dumb phones are all over the place now.
Yeah. Like on junior high, they're gonna get bullied. I'm like, you know what?
Now was just keeping it safe. Even though it wasn't a huge pickup, it was still like.
I'd rather have my kid have my niece.
Nah, dude, I think that shit is like kids getting bullied that they don't have those fucking thermoses and shit like that. Like, I almost
Those are
don't.
just trash.
Yeah, like what is it? What was the thermos is called?
Stanley Cup.
A Stanley. Kids getting bullied that they don't have a Stanley and shit. Like, I'm almost like, I think this is like fucking marketing. I think this is like, I honestly look at this shit like it's marketing for Stanleys and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I believe that, man. I don't think that the kids just go to schools and they get bullied for not having the right thermos or some shit. Like, oh, you don't have the Stanley. I don't know, man. They get bullied that you don't have like the smartest phone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
Fortnite skin
Maybe,
bullying.
maybe some places and some, but I don't think that is just everywhere.
Yeah. And you know what,
It
man?
probably depends on the school that you go
And I
to.
don't even care. I'm down with like uniforms in school, you know, because like too many kids like, oh, you don't have the shoes, you don't have this thing. I'm like, just uniforms. It's fucking school. They're children.
Problem is getting here and then.
Like, I went to a private school. Yes, I went to a Catholic private school. You will get bullied if your uniform isn't up to keep.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, you will get bullied in school for anything.
Anything, yeah.
Not necessarily your Stanley Cup or not
Yeah.
having the iPhone. Trust me, even if you have the iPhone and the Stanley Cup, they're gonna bully you for your dumb haircut or some shit.
Yeah, they'll find a
Like,
way.
trust, dude, it's not that.
Kids will find a way.
That's not it's not the reason.
Well,
Kids will
yeah,
find
but the thing is, like,
I know. It's just that I think
Alright, okay.
for
I don't think
for her
uniforms are awful.
or even any kids, it comes down to you monitoring how often they use it and deciding if they can handle it. Like some kids can handle their phones. They don't have the attention span of a gerbil, and they can actually stop using the phone when they go to class or whatever like that. And then others can't. And then that's what parenting comes in.
Exactly,
Is
Post.
you understand like how your kid interacts with said things and how well they can manage it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing even that me and JJ have approached it with Ripley. Yeah. Where I wasn't super limited on the things I got access to as a kid.
Exactly.
Because usually if you take something away from a child, like really take it away.
There you go. Wow.
If you take something away from a kid, like they want that.
They want-
Yeah.
Growing like I want to find and search that out no matter what. So I kind of had the same approach where it's like let's just let Ripley have like a tablet. Let's just let her like
And
watch
see it
TV
and monitor how she does.
Yeah, modern how she is. Does she get like addicted to it? And sometimes she gets like really into it and wants it to be too much, and we gotta say sorry, you just can't have this.
Right.
But most of the time, she wants to not do that all the time.
Yeah.
She wants to go do something else because she gets bored of it.
Yeah.
And she'll go like play with bugs outside and shit.
You gotta see like how they interact with those
Yeah,
things.
exactly. And sometimes she wants to go play with bugs too much, and it's like, get inside, dude. Sorry. Like, get out. You're in the sun for too long.
In a lot of these cases, you don't need the.
She likes bugs and dinosaurs.
She certainly do.
Hilarious.
That's why she loves Pikmin.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'll still stand on that fence for like school uniforms for kids, man. Because like I said earlier, even the playing field between like rich and poor kids.
Uniform, whatever. I'm just like, can
Yeah, it's fine.
a kid read and have critical thinking?
Yeah, that too, for
To
sure.
me, I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, fuck.
But like,
Dude, you want to hear critical thinking? What's crazy? Ripley's at a point right now where she'll have moments where she's trying to make sure that mom and dad are happy and like balance that act. So, like, just as an example, she'll be eating something at the table that mom made her, and she's enjoying it, and I have something that I have that's really good. I'm like, hey Ripley, do you want this? And she's like, no, thank you, Daddy, I'm eating this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she'll look at me and go, but I still love you though. She like doesn't want, like she has got to the critical thinking part where she doesn't want to disappoint me in some way. She's like, I'll make sure, but I still love you. So she does that a lot, where she like somebody else in a conversation might not be happy, but she goes like, no, but it's okay. So she's that. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to see that
She's
happen.
learning empathy very early.
Very early.
Yeah. And empathy with children whose brains haven't
4 to
developed.
5.
Yeah, five is about early. About the average is 5 to 8 is
Yeah.
when you learn.
Empathy with children whose
Putting
brains
yourself
haven't
into somebody
developed yet
else's
is actually
shoes
very
and
rare.
realizing that might have made this person sad. Oh, don't be sad because I still love you. You know, and it's like that's really cool to see.
Of all the theories, brain development theories, I really subscribe to the idea of id, ego, super ego. That one always felt really rock solid to me, and I worked with kids for a very, very long time. So yeah, like about 5 to 8, kids start developing.
Doing this situation, Jesus.
Yeah, make the right guess, Steve.
In a split second.
So yeah, and then you know there are
Oh my
kids who
God.
have the development where like they do not get empathy
At all.
at all, ever. And if it hasn't happened by 8, it's probably not
Not
going
gonna
to
happen.
happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Violent people, thank you.
He's getting meter back. This is Serena to get meter back.
Yep. And she also takes meter away by doing this. That
Yeah.
removes your meter.
Oh my
Takes the
god.
opponent's meter away,
There it is. Flawless block.
so you can't break out.
What the heck, dude? Where's the... Oh, okay. I was like, where's the push block?
Spend it. Take some damage. Safe jump.
Just trying to survive at this point.
Same as last time. Same as last time. No confidence.
Okay.
Surely Rewind doesn't do this comeback. Surely not.
Smart, smart.
Boink!
No!
Full screen.
I feel like Tremor was almost going to absorb that. Oh, dear. I'm so disappointed. Rewind having to just play the craziest like 2D side.
But Cyrex
Loser.
still has no wake-ups, right?
I think she has an EX wake up. I think she does. She has the big flip thing. It's got armor.
Oh, it's EX. It's yes. Yeah, like
Yeah,
regular
empathy
wake-ups.
and vulnerability,
Yeah, EX right there.
100% is lost.
Grab, it becomes more plus
Let me
3.
see.
It's a lost behavior.
Oh, hello, Tremor. Didn't know you were there.
Fuck.
Yeah, a lot of it's like the got mine, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's the pickup.
It's got mine, yeah.
Mind fuck you.
As long as my button leads
I'm just trying to see how do you get out of this. I'm just like, so here's the problem right here. Here's the...
Say goodbye.
They have
Block.
to guess right here. He guessed right. He actually
Okay.
chose to block. Because if he threw him, the throw would have led to full combo.
Because Sonic is just looping that. He's
Yes.
looping.
Well, the idea is that Sonic
Here we go.
has like 3 options, and you have
Yeah.
to guess the right option.
Even in the corner.
Oh, this is a scary situation for Rewind there.
'Cause Sonic isn't
So lost the
doing...
meter, can't break out,
What's it gonna be?
Going this away.
Oh,
and went for mid that time, and he got hit by the mid. Yes, that's the whole point of Cyrax, is that there was one option. I think the answer there was to block, and he probably tried to jump.
Right.
It's so hard to know.
Yes, it is the most control in the entire game. The whole point of Cyrax and Serena is that you don't ever get to really play.
In MK9, Cyrex was about damage. Like, dumb damage.
Yeah.
Like... Oh, here we go.
The knee. Look at it. Safe jump time. Another delay
Safe
wake
jump.
up. Sonic Fox. Oh, okay. Punish the recovery.
No, that's gonna hurt.
Rewind trying to accommodate the fact that Sonic Fox
Eh?
has been doing delay wake up into poke a lot there.
And this is just for a little bit of extra damage. Sonic isn't even doing a lot of damage. He's probably maxing out at 300.
So you have to maximize the damage because
Yeah.
it'll take like 4 to 5 hits.
Yeah, yeah.
there was
And
a
you want it to be
guess.
4 hits, not 5.
I must say, I mean, maybe that it just doesn't have a good hit.
Because he has 1100 life, so you literally have to hit him 5 times.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Oh no!
Tried to jump.
Jesus.
Tried to
Might
jump.
be enough to kill by itself. 1100 health be down.
It's just not your turn. It's not your turn.
Reset point
Ch-
for Sonic Fox.
Chat!
It's a 1 out of 3 guess.
Chat, what is the counter to
Alright,
Cyrax?
thank you.
Do these comebacks.
Don't.
We've got
But
Yeah, right.
That's Cyrax and KI for a second.
Okay, good armor. Really good use of armor there from Fox.
Wow.
Yeah, he has standing 3.
Guess who created this playstyle? I think it was Foxy.
Log off.
I think it was Foxy, right, chat?
Standing 3 is so
Who found this team?
Yeah.
Plug.
An adjustment.
Don't get hit.
Yeah, don't get hit, man.
Connected.
Sub-Zero armor, interesting. Okay.
Rougher rewind
Sub-Zero with the
there.
ice armor. If the assist armor, actually
What is
might
that
actually do that.
shit back there that's doing crap?
That's Serena.
Really?
Yeah, the blade chick. The new moves they gave her. It's just that she has a move that gives you meter, and she has another move that's one that for the opponent
Takes
that
away
removes their meter.
Even if it doesn't,
But Cyrax has a move that costs 2 bars where it's a net that sticks you to the ground.
Yeah.
When you're under that net, it takes away their meter. It costs you 2 bars though. So what he's doing is giving himself meter to do that move. To remove their meter, they never get to break.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never get to break.
So it's a free, and if you land the hit, it's a free forming loop that they just die.
They have to
So
hold it.
They never get to wake up. They never get to stop it.
taking away his ability to break. I
Yes.
see.
It is the best, it's likely the most powerful team in the game. Like truly, these two things working with each other were not designed to work with each other, but they work with each other off of sheer circumstance.
Sonic
so
made it work.
well.
Sonic made it work.
They're fucking amazing. Well, Foxy created
Foxy.
it.
Foxy
Foxy Grandpa made it, and Sonic like really has refined it.
Somebody
Of course they did.
It's a very, it's like literally a Strider Doom strategy. It's
Right,
very
where you
similar.
figured out like
You just stop
meta
the person
between
from
that type.
playing.
The synergy.
Yeah, like
You're just making these big choices and
yeah, I think sub with armor, or just because you can put armor on any character with.
But you have to get Sub-Zero. You have to get up.
I thought it was no. What the hell's her
And the
name?
problem with the armor is that you get hit
Frost. I
first.
thought it was Frost that gives you the ice.
No, it's Sub-Zero.
Armor?
Sub-Zero gives you ice body.
Ah, okay.
half a second later and we'd have been fine.
So, yes, taking away their meter and taking it away twice as much because the net is taking it away and she was also removing his bar. So he lost like almost 2 bars. Really quick.
And they gain it so fast when you get
hit.
damage,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter because
Yeah, you gain
they're
a
gonna
lot
build.
you gain a lot of bar in MK1.
Yeah, they're gonna build that
and you take
right back.
damage.
Yeah, bomb number
Look
one.
at that.
You also need synergy with sub.
That's
Yeah.
gonna get nerfed probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this strategy, if there is a future patch, this will definitely get toned down. And I think Serena might be the one that gets finally toned
That gets
down.
hit, yeah.
She's too good.
Didn't they already do that with her?
Serena?
Yeah, I could have sworn like she was worse before.
Maybe.
Both
Yeah.
forward two have been so on point this entire grand finals.
You know, I'll say this about MK1. I actually like the stages in this game more than a lot of MK games, actually.
I still like MKX stages a lot.
Yeah.
What's so scary?
It's just
That-
not,
okay.
they're too muted in that game. That's my
yeah.
only problem
I
with
agree.
it, is how
Well,
the
except the
But like Cove and the bridge,
The pit, yeah.
the pit are great.
Classic pit is godlike.
I just wish there was more color in
I agree.
MKX.
I agree. Like the jungle one kind of sucks.
The story that we've seen the whole time, it's just you have very little meaning.
These are too pretty for MK. That's why I like them.
Comebacks have come from.
The colors?
Yeah,
Color scheme.
I think it's fine to have some like pretty different locales for MK. Again, nothing. It shouldn't all be that. But
To be real, the casual perception of this game, a lot of MK casuals think this game looks Fortnite-y. Yeah,
because it has color.
because because its artistic design does look different than MK. MK11 is still the best looking MK game by a lot.
Yes,
It still is colorful yet gritty.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it still managed to find a good balance.
I think the detail in that game is
Yeah, that is absolutely true, Chad. Like a lot of casual players do not like the way this game looks.
Rewind went for the run.
They think it looks like Fortnite-y. You know, I've read that many times, especially on response threads. They don't like the way this game looks.
I think the other thing I like about it is got a very sort of foreign world toury kind of feel to it, where like everything looks like, oh, we're going to like some magical.
Yes, this game was definitely balancing the difference between beautiful and absolutely grotesque.
Yeah.
Like, this is so beautiful. Like, there's a lot of beautiful shit in MK1, and a lot of, like,
Say it again, Max.
gross shit. Beautiful. There wasn't a lot of beautiful shit in MKX and MK11.
Yeah.
Not really. Most of it's kind of, like, edgy, you know? Relatively edgy.
Johnny's stage is great. Even was the Halloween variant.
I think
Oh yeah.
the worst color gradient was MKX.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst.
100%.
Yeah.
Very muted.
It sucked.
It wasn't as
Even 9 had way more
beautiful.
There's very few things in Mortal Kombat that is, like, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, MK9, not really.
Do you know what has it?
Everything has a dark side.
Floyd stage.
Yeah, exactly. Floyd stage is 100%. Dude, most of the stages of this game are beautiful. And then there's some of them that are very dark and
saying it
gross.
wrong.
A lot of quick forward movement. Like, with
Most stages in MK11, none of them are, like, gorgeous.
They should.
They're, like, cool.
They're good looking stages.
I wonder if there's a mod that, the Resident Evil 5 mod that could do for MKX.
It might be.
There was
Yeah.
a few that gave it a bit more color.
Yeah.
Look at beautiful skyline. You know, this stage is like in the sunset.
Yeah.
And it's at night. It's like a GTA stage. It's so man, I feel like I'm there. You know, stages usually aren't that way in MK11 or previous Mortal Kombat.
No.
They have an element of grit. Like this is a war zone, or this is like a battlefield, or this is a place where somebody's about to die.
Right,
Some gritty aspect.
I mean, it's a gory game, and they want that tone aesthetic in there.
The tonal shift of MK1 is very different than previous Mortal Kombat's, where it's like, again, a balance between gorgeous and horrific.
Yeah.
They're doing one of the other. Like the Deadwoods, there's like a beautiful pixie forest, and then another one that is like
nighttime is evil.
Death Mountain, you know. So the one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
It's because thanks Liu Kang, exactly. This is Liu Kang's new world.
Yeah.
So that's where they were trying to change that. Not everything is dark. Liu Kang wants to create a gorgeous world.
Yeah, that's the
Look
point.
at the main menu, bro. Like, look at the fucking dragon statue. It's
Yeah. That's the whole point of his.
And then
his
what
vision.
was Chaos? What was the Chaos Reign one?
Yeah.
It's gross now. It's the
Everything's out of order.
Everything's out of order.
Yeah. You got Liu Kang.
Another gorgeous stage.
This is like the stage based on MK5 too.
A little bit.
It's the Shaolin Temple.
Y1NJ, thank you.
The base level of Cyrax mix-up. That is the exact option that
So it looks like this is a counter character. He found it.
A little bit.
He found the counter character thus far, anyway.
Oh, okay, another good tech. Okay.
I wish MK had actual music. Well, you know.
Those standing one options.
There we go.
Baby steps.
Mick Gordon, I'm sure, is available.
Been asking for that for a while.
Bro, if Mick Gordon.
What the heck is that? Wait, so no more Serena?
No, he switched to Madden Bow.
Interesting. What,
And he lost, so he's just about above.
Yeah. I'm interesting. I'm
The
curious.
counter pick.
Because he drank the juicy juice, but what did that actually do? Because
Watch your head. Oh,
see that?
punished. Up block. Oh, that hurts. The downfall. Oh my lord. No.
Nice goddamn micro
No.
dub.
Sonic Fox missed the punish. Okay, that even caught Sonic Fox off guard. What the hell was that? That was such a weird situation, but either way, it's gonna benefit.
I'm trying to think, what does Madam Bro bring to the table that Serena doesn't?
Oh, what a catch!
Crazy
Big
drink
fun
stuff.
coming out from
Yeah,
the
right.
line.
Drink dash cancels.
Ha!
Down into what? Thera, come on, mate, you missed me. Okay, but no meter drain this time. We just have a disgusting
Did you ever
setup on the
end up
way.
labbing Cyrax at all?
Oh,
Me? No, I never played her.
Never played her? Yeah.
I never ended up playing Cyrax or Sector really at all.
Damn.
I never got a chance to play Noob Saibot, and he's amazing.
Ta!
Not much.
Ended up labbing Cyrax for about maybe a day or two.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do
It's
it.
so many inputs,
It's
dude.
so much crazy.
To get
stuff
these
you gotta
bombs to
like-
come out correctly with the right timing, it's so much shit.
It was crazy. And there's an EX version too, which takes which explodes faster and stuff like that.
Okay, pivotal
It's nuts.
Because whoever wins this round is going to be one game away.
Mix and then mix the drinks, yeah.
Oh, with that winner's side start, you know.
Does the game have crossplay? Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it does.
big confirm again.
I don't think it had it at release. This game might have gotten crossplay eventually.
Quarter time.
Guys, what is with Capcom and not making the collections crossplay? What,
I know. I wish it wasn't the case either.
What? Because like they've already figured it out in Street Fighter 6 and other games.
All their other games have. I know.
Like it's a decision choice. That's a decision.
They just don't have the infrastructure for it or some shit.
It's probably time and budget.
And it might be something to do with the Switch 1. The fact that it's a Switch 1 game. Who knows? I don't know, man.
Wait, it's originally made on the Switch one?
It's on Switch.
Right, I get
It's
that.
an original Switch
They
game.
could just do what Guilty Gear does and just the Switch is on its own. That's how Strive operates on Switch.
Oh, she's doing
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Switch doesn't crossplay with anything but.
Nope, just Switch. I'm like, can't handle it. So like, I just, and it doesn't have rollback. I don't think. I think it's delay based or something.
Whoa, that's fucking bad.
I think. I don't know about that. Don't quote me on that. But Switch version of Guilty Gear Strive is just in its own universe.
I like that. I like the idea of that. If one system is not, doing it right for the others, then just add the others in their own group and then leave that one by itself. Like,
Faded, thank you.
oh, the
getting
up
fouled?
block. That was nasty. The up block was insane.
Down and once again has the advantage.
He knew that was coming and he went straight for it. I can't believe that.
He is playing
Gatekeeping Switch. No, it's a fucking potato.
It's an ancient potato, bro. It's unintentional gatekeeping.
done.
I'm doing it on purpose. That's gonna change.
With that little health remaining, it had to come down to Fatal Blow.
Switch 2 is gonna be a capable system.
I was gonna say, is this Switch 2 actually decent specs?
Oh yeah.
It's decent. It's decent enough.
Yeah.
Like we'll find
It's
out.
not touching
We'll
PS5.
play Street Fighter 6 on it, dude. It's not touching PS5.
Yeah.
It's not touching even a PS4 Pro. Maybe it's close to a PS4 Pro, but still, it can run Street Fighter.
You do it first.
That's fucking cool. It can run most fighting games now. There's really very little reason why most modern games cannot also be given a Switch version. Nowadays.
Oh, because of what the specs are in the
Specs now allow it.
I still remember that when I worked at Activision back in the day for World War.
No, the Wii.
Yeah. No. Yeah, the Wii. So playing Call of Duty World at War on that system versus the Xbox 360, and that was vastly different games.
Yeah.
Vastly different games.
Yeah, it's upscaling solutions like DLSS was really going to carry it. Like they bet hard on that, and they're
And
probably
it's also got a lot of RAM in there.
yeah. Thank God. Then that's a good call.
Yeah.
They made some good calls, you know.
Makes it so much scarier.
We called. Yeah, you guys remember that? If any of you guys had a Call of Duty on the Wii, check the
SF6 isn't a current gen game, right? But you also
Check the
realize
credits, your boys
most
in
games
there.
are not current gen games, dude. Most games are still PS4 games. They just have better frame rates and shit.
Looking for more. You're the punish.
I mean, it's gonna run a version of Star Wars Outlaws.
Double
What a pickup!
That's
It's
it.
running Elden Ring,
Yeah.
you know.
It'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
I think just trying to possibly get a
That's the problem with this generation is that very few games are actually like
on the back of a whiff grab though.
incredibly above the previous generation.
Doesn't have the right resources. Oh, what an answer! We're saying before Homelander got those advantages.
Oh God.
I like how Rewind is playing. He's more confident.
Yeah.
Okay, again, we're in the same situation. This hit won't kill, but the next one might if Fatal Blow is there. We still don't have.
That's where every fighting game player, when they start smelling blood, they immediately start pushing way more buttons than they usually do.
Didn't want to play games with that. No, he got a break. Didn't work. Could have punished. Wasn't able to do it. Oh! He found
Oh
it again.
my God.
Rewind is still
You got this
alive.
round. There you go.
Tournament point another time. Is Rewind
The Switch 1
gonna make
is a
that
PS3
10-year
Pro.
history, or
This
is
will basically be like a PS4 Pro.
Oh my God! You got
Big
the
combo.
Yeah,
The big combo.
It's gonna hurt, buddy. Use those bars.
Would be for Rewind. First place
God damn.
Oh, he didn't use a bar.
So much
Interesting.
364 meterless though.
Okay, no. Has to get the break.
Oh,
Big
okay.
jump. Big jump.
Smart. So that's what he saved the meter for.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Oh my
Look how
God.
cool this is. You're gonna get a drink out of it too.
Oh man.
Drink?
There's a drink.
That's crazy. So what does the drink do?
Unless they're like do a dash cancel.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah,
Just went for
it's
the back
good.
three. Instant conversion. Very smart use of that one from Sonic Fox. And 1-6. This will bring us to a final game.
There goes the reset.
Yeah.
Ran alone.
Got
matter.
out of the impossible.
Oh,
No, he couldn't.
unblockable.
Yep.
Fox is gonna take the
Because he
game.
went for grab.
To game 5. Oh, it's gone all the way twice.
Jeez.
Oh,
Rewind is not allowed. No.
goodness. One final
I don't care
game
how much
left.
fun you're having. I'm
Oh, Petra,
locked
why are you
in.
doing this to us? So much to
Yeah,
consider in this
you
one.
could say
Okay.
Wukong is prettier than Demon Souls, but it didn't perform better than it on console. You know, if you're talking about PS5 games, yeah, Wukong with like a great CPU and a great computer is easily the best looking game out there right now, for sure. I think so too.
Wukong?
But yeah, oh yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really pretty.
Okay, there's a big
But on console, I
Yeah,
don't.
how does a PS5 version of Wukong
It
look?
looks good.
That's a punish. Huge.
That was so risky!
No, but Fox, he does that. Fox just has the confidence.
Going in.
Okay, another hit. Mix-ups.
Yeah, but Horizon Forbidden Dawn isn't a next gen game. It's on PlayStation. It's on PS4, dude.
Ruin your day. That has been
PS4
a
game.
consistent answer. That has been the truth.
We're talking about games that are exclusively next gen or current gen only. You know,
Forbidden West looks best. That's a PS4
it's
game.
literally that's what I said. It's a PS4.
Oh, that cost him.
And it is possibly one of the best looking games on the console on PS5. But yeah.
GTA 6 is a legit, actual, probably going to be the game. You know, to be real.
There we go.
Wow.
Sonic Fox,
Double explosion.
Sonic Fox 1 round.
Spider-Man 2 is PS5 only, but to be honest, you don't
Spider-Man
really
2 doesn't look
notice
that much.
You don't even notice it being looking that much better unless like you stop and have him walk around on the
Yeah,
screen.
you got to smell the roses in that game to really see the visual differences. It looks great. Don't get me wrong. The loading is wonderful.
Yeah, like you have to like stop what you're doing and like stop, walk on the side.
But Spider-Man 1 to Spider-Man 2's like overall like visual experience was pretty similar.
The next Ghost game after that will be PS5 Pro exclusive.
No, there will be no exclusive.
There's no Pro exclusive.
Not yet, anyway.
No, there will never be a Pro exclusive.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was never.
Jesus Christ!
There
Are
was
we going
never
to
a
final
PS4
round?
Pro exclusive. There will never be a PS5
No, it
Pro
whiffed!
exclusive.
It whiffed! It whiffed! Rewind is in a very bad situation now.
This is rough.
Approaching the breaker though.
Oh!
No,
Oh, he got the mix.
Yeah.
Ah, the schmicks.
All day. He has
Doesn't
to
have to
break.
break
He has
this
to break.
eventually.
Yeah.
You have to
Gotta
break.
wait for it. I wanna break, bro.
And now you have to break.
There you go.
All right, so he's back in.
Oh!
Whiff! Oh my God! This is
That was a Chicago punish.
Yes, it was.
He hit him with a Chicago punish.
I was like,
At the highest level, dude.
What the?
He literally hit him with the Chicago punish.
Oh my
Dude, big
God.
ass throw whip and his choices to
the
throw.
counter
His
throw.
poor brain, man.
So upset.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, he knows it.
Oh, dude, that
You know he's like kicking himself right now because I was like right there.
It was brain overload.
Yeah, yeah.
With too much shit.
It's too much to try to comprehend.
But that changes.
It's too much to comprehend. He's so upset. He's so upset.
He's like,
I can't believe that.
How the
Yeah.
fuck did I throw?
Yeah, he can't believe that.
Literal game-winning
Yeah.
opportunity.
It was like, I can't believe
God
it.
damn.
He was right. That was a full punish right there. Sonic didn't even have meter to break that either. So he would have won that
Sonic
round.
the GOAT, dude, clearly. Sonic's been the GOAT forever.
Yeah, literally, what did he got the award for?
Sonic
The
can't-
greatest esports player of all time.
Sonic can be the best at any game they choose. Like, it's just, if they really commit to it, like,
Yeah, they're the commit.
they just, all of a sudden, they're just at the absolute top of that game.
There are games where Sonic hasn't been the greatest at, but it's the few games where Sonic just hasn't put the amount of time that you can.
And it's like, and you can't ask Sonic to be good at everything,
Yeah.
because, you know, also has preferences, also likes certain games a certain way,
Yeah.
and has
As the games.
loved MK1 from like the very beginning. Loves MK1. You know?
What I would tell the Uber drivers, I'm like, the thing that makes Sonic, why are they so good? Because they get to the point where they know they're reading the other player's brain. That's why they're good. Not because their execution is good. Of course, their execution is good. It's they know what the other the person they're facing wants to do.
It's called the Wong factor.
I get it.
And they know what the other person wants. It's like high stakes poker. Like they're reading their opponent. They're like they want to do this. They're gonna do this. So I will do the thing, you know, to counter whatever I'm pretty much reading, the opponent to do.